Thanks for giving the opportunity to fight.
Appreciate you so much. Everything you've done, everything you've done. Appreciate you. Because they don't know. This is a tough business that they're in, you know what I'm saying? Iron sharper iron. You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Dedication, hard work. Dedication, hard work.
You speak as though I have conquered death. I live death every day. I am surrounded by it, smothered by it. Look at you now. He would have everlasting life. You seek to defy death, yet you cannot even defy sleep. And our like sleep is to death. It is a painted death.
Nosfero, does this word not sound like the death bird culling the living dead at dawn? It is the name both ghouls and demons dare not say, for they know it means death for the undead.
Hard work, dedication, hard work, dedication.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How are you doing? It is good to see you. I'm Shanth and Jetty. This is Shanth and Jetty Art. And the funniest thing just happened. Right before I was about to start streaming, the thing that I hooked my camera up to completely fell apart on me. So, I'm sitting here going, how am I going to sort this out? So, I'm currently just trying to figure out how to get this thing to work. And we'll see where we can go from there. But it is exciting stuff here. High fun and excitement here at the good old Shanth and Jetty Art. So thank you for joining me. And I may just end up. Hold on a second here. Let's relax here, folks. Whenever you find yourself in any kind of situation where anything can and will go nuts, always make sure you have a spare of everything. So let me see if I can find my spare setup. But I hope you guys are doing well. It's been a minute. And I thank you guys for being here. Sorry it couldn't be more professional right from the start. And let me check the chat and see how we're doing here. It's just a comedy of error. What's up, Phil? How you doing, brother? I just saw you there. And Stephen Rockwood is here. It's good to see you. 505 backers. Guys, things are going crazy. And things are going to get fun in just a second. Once I figure out how to get this camera set back up. There we go. Now let's see if we can't get this one sorted. And then we'll talk werewolves, excitement, and all of the great, wonderful things going on. But I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. And that things are well. And you're having a smooth technological experience today. Because Lord knows, sometimes things do get a little bit crazy. So let's see if we can do this here. Hold on a minute. I love it. Let me see here. Rotate that just a little bit. Hopefully not break it. Move this. Move that. There we go. That seems less than ideal. All right, we're just going to wing it and see how it goes. All right, folks, are you ready? Are you ready? Let's see what we've got here. Good to see you, Stephen Rockwood. I'm going to get to all of this stuff. Now let's try 2cam. There you go. Let's see how long this holds out for us. You guys may remember this page. I'm going to be talking a little bit about it today. Thank you for being here on this crazy, crazy stream. Oh my goodness. So let's see who's here, and then we've got some things to talk about. Son of Liberty Radio, I hope you're having a good drive, my friend, and I hope this is providing you all the necessary noise here. We've got Stephen Rockwood dropping links, more links than Oscar Mayer. We've got Bretsky the Great. It's great to see you, my friend, and I tip my cap to you, Bretsky the Great. And Stephen Rockwood drawing, you knew it was going to happen. I was just about to talk memberships. We have our first member of Shanth and Jetty Art. Thank you, Stephen Rockwood. My goodness, you are a legend. And of course, we have a way of celebrating here. You understand. Charge! Hail, Stephen Rockwood. Thank you so much, brother. I do appreciate it. Let's see who else we've got here in the chat. We have got the Groomsman. It is great to see you, the Groomsman. We have got Zaid Comics. You may have gotten something in the mail. Oh, the package is waiting for you at home. We have got Pops Van Sant. Good to see you, Pops. We've got Jonas Olson. Good to see you, my friend. Howdy to you. I hope you're doing well. And yes, indeed, the groomsman is here. And yeah, it's good to see all of you fine people in the chat. So it has been a minute. I have not streamed for about a week. I did upload a video last night because, yeah, I was driven to it. I blame society, really. I was driven to it. And I've been working on Nosfero. Things have been going great. Been trying to get back on the horse. Unfortunately, camera equipment sometimes can conspire against you, but we're going to get through this. We're strong. We can handle it. But I'm working on this page right now. One of the things that let me move this mic back a little bit. I feel like I'm right upon it. One of the things that I noticed when I've been working on this book is there's a couple of pages that I've got that were some of the first that I did. And one of the things that happens when you're working on a project, the more you paint and the more you work on it, the more you get to know the characters. And when I originally was writing this story, and I can't think who it was in particular, but I was writing this story and I was talking about what the character of Greylock was. And someone, had said to me, are you going to have, positive, representations of male figures, father figures in Nosfero? And that was something that was very important to me, but I didn't really have a plan for that outside of the main character being a positive role model. So I gave it a think. And as a result, this character right here, Greylock, became this father figure for Nosfero. So that's something that just comes out of, the discussions that we have, because we're so, engaged with our audience and we're so engaged here in CG. And so it was one of those things that just kind of came along. And so the first page I was painting him on, he was kind of much more of like an Igor character. And he kind of sort of crawled and walked a little bit. And as, things evolved and as I figured out what the character was, he became this big sort of strong leader character. And so I kind of said to myself, all right, I've got to go back and I've got to get him on point. And so that's what I've been doing. Yeah, better late than never. Absolutely right. Better late than never indeed. Yeah, it happens. It happens. And so I sort of, went and I looked at the character, and the hardest part of doing this stuff, and I was, talking to my wife about this, that it's that the story, you have an idea of what the plot is, but the story deepens as you write it. And the plot deepens as you write it. You get to know these characters. So while you don't go back and rework everything, if a character has a change on this level that is so fundamental, and I've only got one real character who's done that, you have to kind of go back and just adjust certain things. And where it's a close-up, it's not a problem. But where he's standing, he needs to be big. He needs to be a powerful character. And so that's how we ended up getting here. Let's see here. That's what I look like to my kids when I don't have my coffee. Groomsman, here's something for you. So today, and I want to say congratulations to him, my son, our kid, got his driver's license. So, holy cow. You want to talk about an incredible moment for a dad, and holy cow, and seeing your kids grow up before your very eyes. There you have it. So congratulations to him. I love you, buddy. And you've inspired so much of what makes me want to be a father. So thank you so much, Chief. So I took him for that. That was a lot of fun today. Then we went and got some Chick-fil-A, because I'm always looking for an excuse for that. And tonight we're going to be talking about on Double Impact on my brother Gabe El Taib's channel, who is, I think, at a baseball game right now. We're going to be talking about the movie Aliens. And I got the screen caps together for our stream tonight. And I will tell you this, guys, boy, is that a work of art. What an amazing film. Let me see what I got. Hey, what's up, Mr. Monkey Boy 1969? It's great to see you, my friend. Hail, brother. Hail all. It's good to see you guys. And so, yeah, for the last week, I've been, kind of getting more stuff up to speed, getting the channel all sorted. I now have memberships available with custom emojis and badges and things like that. And you know how it is. We're always spinning plates. And we're always trying to, get as many things done as possible. And so whenever you guys, whenever I'm not streaming, which is rare, but this is a particularly long layoff for me. The only reason that's ever going on is because I've got, particular work or things that need my attention that are, I basically, it's, I think Todd McFarlane said it best. He goes, everybody needs to figure out, how many, I forgot what chat I was talking to, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm going to follow through because everybody needs to figure out how many balls they can juggle. Do with that what you will. And he said, he goes, and he's figured out that he can handle 3. Which again, do with that what you will. And he says, the problem is if I try to do a 4th one, then, and without putting down one of the others, everything's going to fall. And for me, right now, what I prefer to do and the way I work is I can stream, I can do this, I can do my artwork, I can write, I can work on the story, I can do a number of different things, do the shows that I'm on. And then of course there's the family and all of that stuff. So if something extra comes along, it kind of makes me have to stop and adjust it. And it's usually something tied to this, tied to Nosfero and tied to all this stuff that's behind the scenes. So there you go. So yikes from the groomsman. Yeah, that hit you, didn't it? Good vibes indeed. Yes, absolutely. Liberty. Yes. Jonathan Jetty, Art, Liberty, Nosfero, Liberty, cheers. Yep. Those are the ones right there. Oh, actually just realized you're posting them. And I can't see it because it's not showing up in StreamYard. Holy cow, man. This is my first time seeing them. Whoa. That is so cool. I feel like this is something I'm used to seeing on other people's streams. What's up, Random Granderson? It's great to see you, my friend. 2 of my own and 1 of someone else's balls. So I like, yeah, if it's good work if you can get it. It has been long, Sean. I thought you were dead. Yes, it's true. Well, I'm only mostly dead. And as you all know, mostly dead is slightly alive. But yeah, and guys, it has not been for lack of insomnia either. I got, last night I went to bed, I think at 5:30, woke up this morning at 9:30, just been, working. And, that's the big thing. I saw a post on Twitter that someone had mentioned, I forget who it was, but from John Malin about, the importance of keeping YouTube channels, putting out YouTube content and all of that kind of stuff. And couldn't agree more. And a big part of that is freshening up your channel every now and again and getting thumbnails and making sure that we're continuing to build these things. And when I was sitting in the car, today, I had this watching my son take his driver's test with those nerves that parents have. The thing that sort of occurred to me is that I wanted to make sure I said on stream today. And I don't know if I would know how to make a video about this, but it's true. And I feel it. And it's kind of an important thing. Is it for all of you guys back in books right now in Comicsgate, and for all of you guys like myself who are working and who have had these professional careers and are now, in my personal opinion, doing some of the best work you've ever done. Every now and again, take a moment to pause, because it's hard to do sometimes when you're in the good times to realize you're in the good times because you're just in it. And remember, these are the good times. These are really great times, and I am so grateful for them. I cannot tell you how grateful I am. And maybe it was just, looking over the Nosfero story and the Nosfero pages this week, putting in, about 20, 25 hours on the channel, building things and assets and stuff like that. Or it was getting Shane Davis's Inglorious Rex in the mail, and then another book from Graham Nolan, and all of these crazy things that are coming in that I'm excited about. But I just was thinking, oh gosh, seeing Ethan's drawing of, dang, I know the character's name and it's escaping me. It's a red character. It's a giant, bug-like character. And I cannot think of his name. This is so annoying because I know it usually, but the detail was so great. And I was like, these are the best times. Oh my gosh, bunch of new people in here. Hail, John, what's up? It's great to see you, my friend. What is that bat cat dog's name? It's Greylock is the short name, and the long name is a reference to Malin. So you'll be seeing that soon. It's great to see all of you guys here. Shockroach, was it Shockroach? Was it? Is that the red one? Maybe. What's up, Ray Storman? Good to see you, my friend. It might be. I'm not sure. Son of Liberty Radio, Comic Revolution YouTube channel. Check it out, guys. Everybody's saying hello, hello. What's up, awesome one? May the coffee be with you. Amen. You don't even know. It was like the coffee and the Chick-fil-A. May those be with me. But it might have been Shock Roach. I think you're right. It might have been Shock Roach. And I swear, Ethan's technical skills are special. I think you guys know that. I hope you do, because it is what it is. When you have a certain level of technical ability, it's, unless you're nuts, you can spot excellence when you see it. I think all of you guys can, when you see Ethan's stuff. But he is doing his next level work in book 2. If it was just art, it would be worth the price of admission. And just the imaginative creativity of it is great. And I was really excited by those pages, man. Can't tell you how excited I am to get that book. But anyway, I was looking at all that stuff, but then I was also just thinking about the fun that we're having, and the fact that how amazing it is to look around, look to your left, look to your right, and see artists and people who inspire you because of their commitment and their work ethic. And, that to me is what, I guess, John meant when he said, grab an oar and all that kind of thing. But it's really about the fact that when you wake up in the morning and you go to your desk, it's not that you don't have, friends you can reach out to and get support from. I text a lot of my friends in CG and we talk about things. Shoot, we talk diet, for God's sake. We're trying to get ourselves healthier. But it's one of I know it would disappoint some of you. But we're, we have those conversations, but there's really this kind of vitality that comes from knowing that you are, that it's up to you and taking ownership of things that you're doing, which is taking responsibility. And I covered that pretty well in that video clip from one of my streams, my ethos for what I do, and the thing that really affected me. But that's a huge part of this stuff. And so that's what I would say, which is when you're in these times and you're working hard and there's a sense of purpose and you're around great people, and I've got you guys as support. I can't even believe Nosfero is closing in on $32,000. And I feel like 30K was just the other day. Oh, cool. It's Courtney. Hello. Good to see you. Awesome one. EVS nose and lip tutorial yesterday was cool. I didn't see that, but awesome, man. John saying hello to the groomsmen. Stephen Rockwood's YouTube channel. Do check it out. There's art happening. John, I imagined you popping out of a coffin just now. I'm on. Yeah. Is Greylock smelling his armpit? Yes, he is. He is. Yeah, he's like, I don't know. He's not sure. Chick-fil-A doesn't count diet. You're totally right. Groomsman's crack it up. I'm enjoying trying to figure out how your painting process works. Well, if you figure it out, let me know. Fragtober inspires me. Absolutely. Do other quick draw streams? Do others do quick draw streams? I don't know. I think some people do. Got Blade saying, I'm enjoying trying to figure out how to paint. Got that one. John's here. Hey, what's up? Turkiki, good to see you, my friend. Let's see. Wylam is saying, great review of Werewolf by Night. Thank you so much, guys. I care about this stuff. It's such a huge part of it. Oh my gosh, a super chat from General Piggy. Good to see you, my friend. Hail, my friends and Shant enthusiasts. It's great to see you. Let's hit you with some cheerleaders because that sounds terrible. Let's show you some cheerleaders. We don't want to swing them. Charge! There you go, my friend, and bless you. I appreciate it, and my family appreciates it. Got Blade saying hello, John. Ray Storman just got my two-fisted mail. That is probably what I have over here. Holy cow! Gonna read this weekend. I'm so hyped for Nosfero. I'm so glad. My CG collection is now 3 glasses fell. Now three full short boxes strong and still growing. That is outstanding. That is outstanding, my friend. John are like Lobot activating the Empire. Or activating in the Empire Strikes Back. Salutations, my friend. Hello. Everybody's saying hello. The groomsmen. There you go. I actually just got back from Gothic's YouTube channel. Excellent. What's up, 80s Made Consumer? I've been watching your show, my friend. Yep, new cheerleader vid. Bow to you, my friend. It's great to see you. Caught up, says John. Excellent. Hail, Shant the Jetty. Hail to you, Courtney. Bow indeed. And member, Stephen Rockwood. I'm pumped for Two-Fisted Manly Tales. It's going to be great. And much love to Dan Lawless, man. Much love to Dan Lawless. Yeah, we've got some great people, man. And I guess that's the thing that I want to always make sure I'm saying. And that is that we're in this amazingly cool creative time. And I know that it's been a crazy couple of years in pop culture, and it still is. I mean, as my video was talking about. But I really do think that, and to use every cliche that I have at my disposal, it's always darkest before the dawn, and this really is the dawn of the Iron Age. And for all of us who are CG and have been backing these books and backing, excellence and helping people when they step out into the fray there in whatever ways we can do, these are those great days. These are those days when, they launched Image Comics and they weren't sure how their books were going to do. I mean, I guess they all looked at Rob and saw that he did okay, but they didn't know how their books were going to do. They didn't know how these things were going to work out. And as a result of that bravery, we caught them when they left. We said, no, we want this great stuff. Oh my God. Is it Oui C'est Moi? Is that it? Hopefully I pronounced it right. What's up, Green Laser? Great to see you, my friend. How are you doing? Indeed. Random McRanderson, we don't have a Chick-fil-A here. Oh, my apologies. I want a chicken sandwich. If I want a chicken sandwich, go to Popeyes. It happens, man, but not a bad choice. 5 p.m. already. 4 CG streamers live. Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Well, I haven't streamed in a very long time. I'm getting back on the wagon. But yeah, man, I didn't know this was a big time to stream. Holy cow. Well, awesome. That's what I love to hear, man. That's the stuff I love to hear. Because the more of us who are doing stuff, the better, because you never know who's going to stumble upon a stream, who's never seen a stream before and get to all of the other streams. And that's one of the cool things about it. Or, just stumble on the streams and fall back in love with comics. And that's what we're up to here. That's what we're doing. And, as I work on this stuff and as I go, okay, well, like, what am I going to do with this part here? It just all starts coming together like pieces of a puzzle. And that's been the coolest part of this book, is getting that stuff to come together like a puzzle. Chicken, gosh, you guys are talking chicken, much love. Yes, it's me, Sean Courtney said. Oh, yes, it's me. That's right. Got it. Excellent. That was grammatically a mess, but you get it. What's up, Mo Pigs? Hail to Mo Pigs. It is great to see you, brother. How are you doing? So good to see you guys. So yeah, I mean, I was sitting here and I was going, I was looking at things and I was looking at work, and, there's so much great artwork happening now. And as these books keep rolling in, and it's really something. It's really something. And I feel incredibly grateful for all of you guys. And I feel incredibly grateful to have this. And I want you guys to know that it's never lost on me that these are extraordinarily exciting times to be creating. And Comicsgate is an extraordinarily exciting place to do it in. And so thank you guys so much. I mean, it is, and just thank you for being here. I feel like I'm going to start singing the Golden Girls intro right now. It's going to happen. It's just going to happen one of these days. Let's not force it, though. Let's let it happen naturally. I think that's what it is. I think we all deep down know what Golden Girl we are. I think that's important. But it really is. These are great times, and I'm spending so much time talking with creative people. My brother Phil Diaz, who's in the chat, everybody's saying hello. I love seeing it. Oh gosh, porn bots are here already. Good to see you. I hope you're well. You gotta love this stuff. What's up, Shipbird Militia? Good to see you, my friend. Sean, the destroyer of mediocre art. I'm working on it. And everybody is saying hello, indeed. But yeah, that's the thing for me about it is that if you've been starved for real conversation, and if you've been starved for real art, and I think that was the reason why when I did that Werewolf by Night, I guess, analysis, I when I got to about 45 minutes in, I go, don't turn into Mahler right now. I don't have the sophistication for that. But I got about 45 minutes in, and the thing that was driving me crazy is there's so much terrible advice and bad examples of how to successfully live out there. And it's frustrating to see people. Someone mentioned 69 in bots. You're right. Totally right. And thank you, Green Laser. I do appreciate it, my friend. And one of the things that, hang on a second. For some reason, the Wi-Fi just got a little not the Wi-Fi, the internet got a little hinky. That's kind of strange. Oh, I think I know what it is. Hang on a second, guys. One sec. It won't be for long, but I know what it is. File. Let's see, any folder. I've got a ton of stuff on my computer right now, unfortunately, on my desktop, because I was doing, not only was I doing that video, but I was doing, I was just doing all these thumbnails for Aliens and all of this different stuff that we're going to be talking about tonight. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to clear this desktop off. Hang on a second here. And here we go. Stop. Let me see here. Do I have to name that something? Hang on. Arg. Watch a boomer at work. There we go. And bingo. There we go. That should free us up a little bit. Let's see here. Hail, John. Courtney, I hope the move is a good experience. Excellent. People moving. If I mention pizza, will suddenly appear at my door. I wish that was the case. I'm in an Airbnb 5 hours away. My God, look at this. Today, NASA released new images of pillars of creation from the James Webb Space Telescope. They look like 4 light years. Can't do it, guys. You guys are killing me. So the point, Sean said he's got a ton of stuff on his computer. It did. I went, that reminds me. Let's see here. If your desktop is anything like your brain, it is. What would we be without broomerisms? You're darn right. I was in an Airbnb in Texas last week. Holy cow. So, but yeah, I mean, it's such an extraordinary thing, because when I was coming up, and I remember what, all of the great artwork that was being done at the time was, you would just go in and people were such outstanding craftspeople. And I think that level of expectation that people have of themselves is what keeps truly driven people going. It's what keeps, us feeling, a sense of hope. And being around low expectations in terms of quality it never makes you feel better. It just makes you feel, that you're still doing your best work or trying to do your best work, but it is a little bit soul crushing. So to be around so many artists with high standard of excellence and work ethic, and so many people who are driven, and so many passionate fans who, like myself, want to support comics and support what we're doing here. I mean, what could be better? What could be better? So yeah, it's definitely been fun. It's been a fun but crazy couple of weeks here. All right, there we go. We're getting his face sorted out. And I want to have his mouth have this kind of intimidating quality to it. And I wanted to be big and bold. Hey, what's up, Julie Pascal? Good to see you, my friend. Hail, Shoth. Hail, chat. Hail to you. Hello, Julie Pascal. Hail, Julie Pascal. I'm here until December so far. There we go. Wow. Okay. That's a long trip there. The avian offer I couldn't refuse. Cranberry and Courtney, there you go. Hail, Sumo Thori. Hail, chat. There we go. Let me see if I missed anybody else. Excellent. Would be CG without boomerisms. You ain't kidding. Nothing could be finer. There you go, guys. But it's been really cool. And then on top of all of that, and I know the groomsmen will know what I'm talking about, and so does Joe Sontag knows this, is that I got the Todd McFarlane Artist Edition of his Spider-Man stuff, and that was a big moment, man, because I've looked at that artwork, comic book size. I have it committed to memory practically my entire life, and seeing it, 1-to-1 and feeling the hand of the artist on it was just amazing. It all looks, whenever these pages are done and we put them out there, the thing that always amazes me about comics is it looks like that's how they were always supposed to look. And as you guys get to see here, as you watch us actually make the stuff, it's much more like cooking in some instances than it is like, filling out a recipe. And that's kind of the part of it where, that's true with story. When you're a writer artist, you kind of are, bouncing ideas off of yourself and sometimes your spouse. But it's really is a process where you get to watch the whole thing come together, and you have to kind of move it and generate your own momentum. And so, yeah, that's a big part for me. What's up, American Comics Company? You're always in good company when American Comics Company is here. Enrique Cabrera, good to see you. And yes, indeed, hail to the chat. smacking that like button. Mo Biggs, hail to you. It's Courtney saying hello, hello. Everybody is saying hello. It's good to see you guys. So yeah, and so one of the things, as I mentioned before, was setting up the membership thing. So I had those icons. I had some icons ready. I had a bunch of different things ready, and then I kind of was revamping the channel, cleaning up the icon for Jonathan Jetty art just a little bit by, adjusting the borders, things like that. And so I was like, I've got to rework all of that stuff, and I want to do more videos like the Werewolf by Night video. But a lot of that stuff, when I do it, I was thinking that's probably going to be members stuff. But with the first one, because I haven't streamed in a while, I thought, I've got to do that. So I'm going to be posting in the member section some more high-res images of the artwork in process and things like that. And I'm going to be just, using it for when I want to make certain videos available exclusively to people behind, that in the member group. Because not everything I do, I just, I always feel like putting out there. And I think that would be a good... I put a lot of it out there, don't get me wrong, and this channel is certainly going to continue to be what it's been. But building that section and that place to post was really important, to just, just to have a space where I can say, if I want to do a movie review, or a stream about a particular thing that I, like that's going on, I might want to do it with, members and have a smaller group in there. So we'll see how it goes. It's all still new. And the other thing was, I love when people have emojis, and when you get on a channel, you see all that stuff. It's great. Let me see here. American Comics U2. Hail Mo. Everybody saying hello. I was just about to ask. I love how Todd was drawing his Spider-Man series on bigger than normal pages and get more detail in it. No wonder why they felt bigger than life. Yeah, that was crazy stuff. Indeed. Let's see. Member section. That's right. Member section. Wicked Pissa. I know that one. The member lounge is really nice right now. Am I allowed to take my... Yes, you are. You're the only person in there, so that's it. We need three ball emoji. I will do it. We'll make it happen. Hail Groomsman, always great to see you. Stephen Rockwood drawing never gets old. Gotta have Rob and Rod emoji. That's, yeah, of course. Well, that's too funny, man. Yeah, I'll have to come up with some cool emojis too. And it's easy once you get it started. It really isn't that any one of these things are ridiculously hard on their own. I think that what we all sort of run into is, it's like, it's all of those things and keeping all of those things, all those plates spinning. And for me, it's, as I, when I have an idea for something I want to do, whether it's a video or, even if it's just going to the post office or packing up a package, I have to stop what I'm doing at that moment and shift to the other thing. So I always say that when my graphic designer is working, my comic artist stops, or when my writer is working, my comic artist stops. And so you learn to be, really efficient with your time, as you work, but it's sometimes you just are like, okay, I really need to stop and give this my attention to put it over the finish line. And that happens with the art, that happens with the story, that happens with every aspect of this. And that's what makes it fun. You guys get to see it. What is up? How are you doing? It's always good to see you in the chat. I'm not getting tricked into reading that, but I do love it. Know that, Mo Biggs. It's ridiculously hard to get on your own. Oh, man, I love that jingle. It's great. Malin, grab an oar. Shane, grab 2 oars. Shanth, grab 3 balls. Grab them gently. That's right. Did someone say my name? That's exactly right. I feel like that's like that scene in Deadpool, what's my name? And then we're going to see that written out on the ground. That's what I like, That is what I like. I come so close to reading that every single time, but I do love it. Oh, yeah, and I've also got, when I posted about getting Inglorious Rex, which, by the way, guys, do back that or sign up for that email list for Inglorious Rex 2, because I'm going to tell you this right now. That artwork is ridiculously good. I mean, just as an artist, I gotta say that bit of it because it's just really great stuff, and the production quality is great. So yeah, great work, Shane. Great work, and great work, Dan. I cannot wait to look at Two-Fisted Manly Tales. I absolutely can't wait. I backed it to get Dan's cover, of course, because yeah, Dan's my brother, man. Love Dan. I was watching them talk about Travis Charest's artwork this morning. I missed the stream last night. Like I said, things have been nuts. We've been running around, and lots going on, as is with, I'm sure, with everybody. But I was loving hearing them talk about Travis Charest because that guy's a genius. I mean, he really is. Do again, indeed. Yeah, you know me. Let's see here. Yep, Ron Bancroft, Circuit Artist, exactly right. Man, I want to see that Bart Sears story. I do too. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's great stuff. Indeed. Hail Scotsley, good to see you, my friend. He's the real Shane to me. I agree with you. He is the real Shane. Until I see Shane in here, we'll have you be the real Shane. But yeah, Shane is, now someone correct me if I'm wrong. Shane is the first person, I think, actually John did it as well, but after Shane did, John just got it right. He just like was looking at, I think he was following everyone's lead. But Shane actually asked me online. I really appreciate it when we were on a stream. He goes, "How do you pronounce your name? Is it Shanth?" And I thought, oh, that's nice. That was very thoughtful of him. And yeah, it's cool. Always nice to kind of get to meet new people. I was watching all these great fights in the UK the other day, and I was thinking how nice it would be to have more friends I could talk boxing with, because I really do love boxing, and I love that sport. It's my absolute favorite sport. I've been watching it for decades now, and just always love talking about it. Let's see here. Hold on a second here. This chat is like 90% wrenches. My wrenches runneth over. I'm very generous. Stop, you guys. You guys crack me up. Wrench party. Don't Google. Yeah, don't Google it. I know you would. Franka has some great comic history last night. I bet you, giving Shane a run for his money as a comics historian. Very nice. Leg Kick 1. Great to see you, Leg Kick 1. Shipbird Militia. Were you watching the Sam Hyde fight? I don't think I was. Hold on a second. I watched Wilder. I watched Clarissa Shields. I watched oh my gosh, Baumgartner. I did not watch Sam Hyde. The Sam Hyde fight, I missed it. But how was it? Let me know. I will check it out. I will put it on my to-do list. Let's see here. I have a wrench on Fraga's channel. That's how I know it's the real Dan Fraga. That's right. Let's see here. If you love boxing, you're gonna love one. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Watching since Tyson. Absolutely. Oh, haven't watched since Tyson. Gotcha. I like the word pugilism. I do too. Mighty Geek Studios. Great to see you. You begin with the raw steel shape in the fire, muscle and sweat polished and razor sharp perfection. We're looking for a few good men. That's right. With Metal to Be Comics Guy. I remember that commercial back in the day. Mo Big saying hail, Mighty Geek Studios. Awesome one saying hello. Yeah, I love kick. Look, I do love it all. I have to be honest. I do love watching fights. I've been getting into MMA a little bit more, but not like crazy. But I do enjoy watching MMA. I enjoyed Rose Namajunas. Who else do I like? Who else is good that I've enjoyed? I've like Rose. I like. Gosh, I can't see. Here's the problem. I can't pronounce everybody's name. Hold on. Let me tell you who my fighters are I've been watching and fascinated by. Let me see. Aldo, yes. Who else? And yeah, Anderson Silva. You gotta love Anderson Silva. He's crazy, man. And that's old school though. Let me see who I've got. Do I have? No, I don't have his name on here. Dang, I'm gonna have to look it up. Yeah, that's the thing with it. Of course, I love Khabib, and I love watching him fight. During his career because I was always amazed. But it's yeah, I do enjoy it. I'm getting into it a little bit more. The striking game the fact that you can use knees and elbows is still something that throws me when I'm watching it at this point. Like I'm still like, it's like, oh shoot, I didn't think he could about that because I'm just so used to, the rules of boxing. But give it time, and I'll get there because I do love combat sports. I always have, always have. All right, let's see. We've got in the chat. Sean, can I recommend a fight? You absolutely can recommend a fight. No doubt, you can. Absolutely. My nephew just started some MMA starter leagues in Cali. Congratulations to him. That's excellent. Old school equals rule school. Yeah, you're right. Totally true. But yeah, I mean, it's I was watching. I forget who the fighter was, but they were overseas. I think they were in Britain, if I'm not mistaken. And Baumgartner was fighting her, and she was she had one title, so she wasn't expected, to leave with 4 titles. The other person, was sort of looking past her. But her game, her counterpunch game, and her distance game was ridiculous. Shields is always, got a lot of fuel in the tank and digs deep. Deontay Wilder, of course, his comeback fight after Tyson Fury, I think he did great to get back up on that horse and do it. Always enjoyed his striking, and his power is ridiculous. I saw some videos of people talking about, they were like going, this was staged. That was a friend of his. That guy, went down. This was a fixed. And I was like going, are you out of your mind? I was like, good Lord, have you not ever seen this man fight? I was like, nobody is going to take a punch from him in the head if they do not have to and risk serious injury. I mean, it was just because he hits hard, people go down. I think people are just didn't realize how tough of a chin Tyson Fury had. But man, when that guy got hit, I mean, if you're on your back staring up at the ceiling, breathing like that, it's you should move, and you're faking it. You should go into acting because that's not easy to fake. Let's see what we've got here. What's up, Louis Fillet? Good to see you, my friend. What do I think of Lomachenko? I think Lomachenko is great. And I was a huge fan of. My brain is just gone right now. Holy cow. The gentleman who beat Lomachenko, who has all the flashy moves, and I'm blanking on him. Trained by his dad. I must be tired right now. Well, I got 4 hours of sleep, so there you go. But Lomachenko fought. Who did Loma fight? Not last, but before then. That's his early career. Salido, that was a cheat. Salido was hitting below the belt. Teofimo. So, but Teo's been having trouble staying focused and staying on it, man. And I hope he finds whatever he's looking for because he's got a lot of skill. I watch women. I can't watch. Yeah, I understand. Yep, I know. It's hard sometimes. Ricky Hatton was talking about that the other night. Yeah, he's a taller guy who can take punches. Yeah, Tyson Fury can take punches and he can recover. His recover is crazy. Yes, I agree. I'm the same way. Yep, I have that too. Pride Fighting Championships is my favorite. Liked it better than UFC. Excellent. Yeah, Tyson Fury can take huge. Fury is huge, but he took punches from Wilder that kept himself in the fight. His willpower is stronger than punches, and he moves. He's great. Yeah, Fury, get the dad bod back. Respect. Random, I feel like I should be uncomfortable by it, but I agree with you. There's nothing wrong with the dad bod. Well, that's why we love you here. It's Courtney. Mr. Monkey Boy, some days I wish I was a llama and not a monkey so I could go around and spit on dumb people. I've been there. Mighty Geek Studios saying most traditional martial artists have disdain for practitioners of Muay Thai. I don't have disdain for practitioners of any martial art. Like I know that because there's not a lot of twist in the body and everything like that. I know that Wing Chun, practitioners get a lot of grief because it's not particularly, useful in an actual MMA fight, right? In a mixed martial arts fight. But Tony Ferguson, when he was in his prime, he'd bust out some Wing Chun stuff every now and again. He walked it through his particular thing. But all martial arts are in, a continual state of evolution. I mean, we're talking about Lomachenko. Before the Lomachenko, what I guess they're teaching now is the Lomachenko hop. People didn't realize some of those techniques, that and how fast you have to be to pull your opponent's gloves down. So there's always going to be innovators from time to time that change the game. I mean, the liver kick that I forget which fight that was in, the liver kick knockout that recently happened, heel kick to the liver. But now everybody's thinking about that, and that's kind of how it goes. Bogan World, what's up? It's great to see you, my friend. Let me see here. Every now and again, I don't know if they're doing construction, but the Wi-Fi has like a lag in it. It's like, or the Wi-Fi, the internet. It's a direct cable. So maybe the printer's on in the next room. I should take a look at it. Hang on a second, guys. Oh, actually, I'm gonna keep going. It'll correct, hopefully. Let's see here. Hang on a second. Hold on. There we go. I've got a guy on it. I've got a guy on it. Hey, let's see. Muay Thai exposes them. Yeah, it happens. Best martial arts is still. Courtney, we try to keep it clean around here. Is that right? Do we? My bad. I study ancient Scottish martial art called. It's mostly. Oh my God, I have missed this chat. You guys are the best, man. You guys crack me up. Yeah. What? Yeah. You can't say. You can't say that there's not creativity in this chat, man. You can't say that there isn't creativity in this chat. You guys are awesome. But yeah, man, I mean, I do enjoy all of that stuff. I do enjoy watching combat because, you know, outside of watching Bob Ross paint and things like that, they may seem different. But when I watch fighters and what their life experiences are before it got them into fighting, in a lot of ways, they're very similar to my experiences of what got me into art. And I find it odd that, and I know I'm not alone, but I find it odd that not a lot of people, or I should say that most people who have certain experiences will go into fighting and not art. And I do think I've met some people who've had you know, a lot of intense experiences, but it's for me, art was that way out. So when they talk about their boxing and they talk about their connection to it, that's the thing that is crazy. Ali Frazier 2. Now that was a fight. Yes, it was. Holy cow, that was a fight. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. John, I'm still sad about that. Okay, let me go up. I missed something. John, hello, Enrique. John, yeah, that's the Stingray. Oh, yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, I am sad about that too. I was actually watching videos. Funny enough, guys, sometimes I feel like the chat, like the universe aligns in the chat and in CG here. But one of the things, I was watching a lot of crocodile videos the other day, and Steve Irwin stuff came up, and I just went, oh, dang it. But yeah, always a loss when we lose somebody with enthusiasm and passion. And you know, we got to just keep bringing that stuff. We got to keep bringing it and entertaining, and making art all at the same time. If there's one thing that I would say to people who are, you know, looking at CG and who are, you know, in the mainstream or used to the mainstream and thinking about, you know, coming in here, one, I would talk to the mainstream people who are in CG for sure. But I do think a lot of people are, it's a bit overwhelming to realize how many things you have to do at the same time to make things work here. And it's like you have to get, you know, in a rhythm with broadcasting. You have to get in a rhythm with promoting your work, learning how to sell, creating things. It's not just, you know, turning stuff in, and you're the editor, you're the artist, you're the creator, you're responsible for all that stuff and telling people about your project. And there's a lot involved in that, you know? Yes, indeed. Rest in peace, Steve. I agree. Yeah. Yep. There you have it. Yeah, it's you know, I love that. I love the way that Bob Ross would get people excited and passionate about art. And I never had. By the way, here's somebody who he's something interesting. Here's somebody. Oh wow, there you go. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, you hope you'll see people do it. CG UK got played. I remember that fight. You couldn't see Ali punch. Yes, that is true. Just the sweat spraying off the opponent's head. That stuff's crazy. Antoine Dennison, the professor's here. I always enjoyed the middleweights. They're fast. Yeah, Hearns, Leonard, Duran. I watched. Why is my brain gone this morning? I must be exhausted. Hold on. Not Tommy Hearn. It was Marvelous Marvin Hagler fighting short dude. I'm totally blanking on his name. And he hit him with some shots that just would have, I thought his head was going to go into the stands. It was crazy. And hail to you, Antoine Dennis. In the first day of 2001, there was a Crocodile Hunter marathon. Yes, my friends and I watched it all day and said, screw you, the world didn't end for Y2K. I remember those. Those were great, man. Her pupils are bugging me just looking in different directions. Oh, you mean, yeah, the way, yeah. Yeah, I've got to, yes, I've got to go in and do that. There's also the way the light's hitting it. So I've got to, I'm going to go in there and put some more values in there. But yeah, it is terrifying. And it's it's a thumbnail one. I love what you guys see. Sorry, you just cracked me up, man. I love it. Yes, Red Empire Frontier. Sign up now on Indiegogo. Antoine Denison's right there from John. Thank you, John. Sugar Ray. Deep breath, Sean. It will come to you. That's right. Here's an idea. Someone should create an MMA comic book like Shane did. Yeah, absolutely. Cross-eyed Laurel. Listen, folks, she needs a monocle. Do you guys know any fundraisers where, there's we can get a monocle for? I feel like that there should be one, So Hagler fought, would have been later in his career. Who was it? It was Roberto Duran. That's who it was. Yeah, the fight versus Roberto Duran. I mean, holy cow. Yeah, he absolutely demolished Roberto Duran. It was crazy. Was it Duran? Bogan World got it. It was Duran. And you know what? For getting that trivia right, it's happening. It's happening. I don't care. I love boxing. Charge! Hail to you, my friend. Good call with Roberto Duran. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Gabe is working on an old school action comic. It's going to be great. Yeah, I was thinking Roberto Duran. When he hit him and dropped him, I don't know if anybody here has ever gotten punched and dropped before, but there is this there's this looking at the ground as it's heading your way when you've really been clocked, that when you can see someone experiencing it in a fight, and it's rare that it looks how it feels. In that fight, it looked how it felt. It was like, oh man, I am not getting back up from this one. And Duran had heart, man. I mean, Duran kept going, and Tommy Hearns, man, is for whatever issues he had with his chin, in a lot of ways, it's a little bit like Vladimir Klitschko, but he had power. I mean, the kind of power that just shocks you. Usually durable fighters will go down. I think that's why that era was so good. It's because you had Leonard, you had Hagler, you had all those great people. And again, as I have for one of the new videos I play at the start of this stream, no less recently than this weekend in this recent batch of fights, Deontay Wilder said to a friend and his opponent from that fight he had just knocked out, he said, "I thank you for everything you've done in terms of helping me and training and everything like that." And he said, "Iron sharpens iron." And I thought, there you go, guys. It's everywhere. So, yeah, I've now tied the coach successfully to Deontay Wilder. That was my point there. There you have it. Let's see here. Yep, Gabe's YouTube channel. We're going to be doing Double Impact on there. We're talking Aliens. We have 535 screen caps I took because I went a little nuts on it. I know, but it would show your enthusiasm for the sport. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Let's see here. What time tonight? It's going to be at, I think it's 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock West Coast time. Is the Waffleage no more? No, it'll show up every now and again for sure. We're going to do special. Oh, interesting. John, you just gave me something that sounds like an idea. I might do some Waffleage stuff in the member section, but I'm not sure yet. This is the thing that I was running into. I want to make sure, they are skilled enough to be vigilantes. No kidding. Lots of great fighters in that era there were. It depends on the hardness, really. Rockwell's hardness is the standard measure for hardness. Some iron won't sharpen other iron. Yes, that is true. That is true. I got hit with the thick end of a cue stick in my 20s. That'll change your day. Lights out. 5 minutes later, I was being helped up. Someone handed me a beer. And that was what hit me. Yeah, it's true. Is Minnie not doing? No, well, she couldn't this week. She has a lot going on with her, with her career and all sorts of exciting stuff. And so Gabe just sent me a message and said, "Hey guys, I'm under the gun. Could someone help out with it?" And I was like, Absolutely, man. Because that's what we do here. It's a wonderful thing when you've got people that you're working with and you're, making work and entertainment with, who you can count on to sort of step up for you. And that's one of the things, like one of my favorite things that happened recently was getting to have Andy Smith on my show and move his book, help him to move that book. That's what's so fun. Let's see here. MMA fighters would make dumb decisions. They'd be shot. That makes an interesting story. There you go. Congrats, Minnie. Absolutely, indeed. Yes, indeed. You've got it. Gabe, Padres just tied it up 4-4. Gabe's Padres. He's very excited about it, man. Very excited. 13 hours of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training a month doesn't stop. And yeah, that's very true. Pool hall fights. Well, Seagal, when Seagal walks into a pool hall, there's always some amazing martial artist named Styx who's going to come out and fight you. And they're like, yo, Styx. That's the guy you want to be. You want to be Styx, man. In my case, I just lived in the sticks. So there's different ways of doing it. That's what I wanted. Holy hell, I love this werewolf, man. Love this character. I'm a massive fan of werewolves and all the things that go bump in the night. And Nosfero is in a lot of ways. I always made that comment. I said Nosfero is the hero that goes bump in the night, and there's something fun about that in terms of thinking about a hero that's also like a scary sort of like a Conan sort of horror monster character. And for me, that was a thrill of doing it. I wanted him to be somebody who was, growing up with Blade and growing up with all of that stuff and Conan, and also now being a huge fan of Solomon Kane. I wanted to create something that had that kind of power and that kind of majestic quality to it. And Nosfero is basically, he's my favorite thing I've ever created. And he would not exist if it wasn't for CG, because, and this is the interesting thing about, depending on how you go about it, I can't speak for everybody, but for me, the seriousness with which I took, launching a Comicsgate project, because I was around long enough to see, some people getting sucked into, certain things, and it's all difficult, and that's not but for the grace of God go I. But I saw a lot that there are trappings that you can know only once you get into it, and that are, things that just unexpected things that come up. And so the one thing I wanted to make sure I did was that I had a story that I believed in and I was passionate about it, or I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have jumped in on it if I didn't have this. And this is the one, man. This is it for me. And I just love how it's coming together. I was running at night and took a support cable to the face. Some of the stars I saw were real. Yeah. I've run into a street sign before. Oh yeah, it's good stuff. That sounds terrible. Yeah, that's right. Doesn't sound good. Watch the old school K1 Grand Prix kickboxing tournaments. They fight like 2-3 times a night. My God, it was wild. You're doing a fully painted book shop. Pretty sure you went straight to hard mode. Well, that was the other thing. I did 2 art books, as many of you guys know. I thank you guys who backed at that level. But I did 2 Indiegogo campaigns of art books, and those were sort of like a run to just test my skills and my speed, and see if I could, see if it was responsible for me to do a fully painted comic book, because my fan base that I built on Instagram and the fan base for my work like my painted stuff. And so my sort of rule with myself was, if I can't do a painted book, then I probably shouldn't do it anyway. So there were all these rules I put on myself that were just to, that I wanted to make sure I felt comfortable with. And so for those of you guys who saw it on Twitter, and you'll be seeing more and more stuff like that here, when I laid out all of a good chunk of the pages I have done, not all of them, on that couch and looked at them, it was a big day for me, man. It was overwhelming, because I did not, everything worth doing, sometimes it's a leap of faith when you leave a career of 18 years and you say to yourself, this isn't right. I wonder if there are, these people seem like the place I'm supposed to be. These seem like the people that I'm supposed to be with. that doesn't mean that you have any sense that that's going to work. You know, like, I'm not one of those. I'm not a. Maybe I'm getting more so these days, but I'm not one of those people who just assumes things are going to work out. I always plan for, hope for the best, plan for the worst, that kind of thing. But being here where I am now at this point is, it's remarkable, man. It's remarkable. In one of the promo images, Nosfero, it looked like he's holding a Necronomicon. He is, yep, he's definitely holding a grimoire. Dope. Yep, there's my YouTube channel, indeed. Nosfero the Crypt Walker. John, we know, John, we know. Leap of Sanity, that's right. Yeah, Leap of Sanity, right. Wherever we go, there we are, indeed. Well, sure, and it's on this page, for example, because my wife was talking to me the other day. We went for a walk, and before that, we were talking about, obviously, the story in Nosfero, and I said, this 2 pages of the story are really a big nod in terms of what's going on with the characters. They're a big nod to C.S. Lewis, because C.S. Lewis was one of my many touchstones as both as an author and as a human being, is the way he conducted himself. He also had a career in education. He was a part-time teacher at Oxford for a very long time before he finally was able to get a full-time job at, I think it was at Cambridge, if I'm not mistaken. And, he had a similar kind of journey spiritually, and so it seemed right to work on getting some of those qualities and some of those things into the story. Like I said, it's a very interesting, when you're free to mix and match genres, you can do crazy things. What's up, Dean? Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Narnia, indeed, you got it. There's been a few times when it looked like Duran was going to have his head separated from his body. You ain't even kidding. How hard was his head? So, you know what was interesting about Roberto Duran is he's built like Manny Pacquiao. He just didn't have that hand speed. He didn't have that. I mean, like, granted, the athleticism of someone like Roberto Duran compared to someone like me is just ridiculous. I mean, he's amazing. But Pacquiao was a once in a generation fighter, and so that was one of the things people commented on is, the similar. They had big calves and a similar posture. And that's probably, I mean, honestly, that's where the differences stop, because Pacquiao had, and then he also had speed, like Leonard. I mean, he's an amazing, amazing fighter. And we won't see the likes of him for a very long time. He's an all-time great. And I was, when I got into Pacquiao, it was, or when I sort of learned about Pacquiao, it was around the time that my favorite fighter was, and one of my favorites of all time was Eric Morales. And Pacquiao, for all intents and purposes, even though he came back, basically retired Morales. So when a fighter retires one of your favorites, it's kind of tough to root for them. And but over time, Pacquiao's character and his incredible ability really won me over, because I was a big fan of Eric El Terrible Morales. I mean, he's the man. He beat Pacquiao in their first fight, and one of the few to do it. And yeah, it was great, especially like during that time. I mean, he actually made Pacquiao a better fighter because he had to develop his right hand and stop being a single, one-handed fighter. Yeah, all these guys learn from each other, and that's exactly what we're doing now. You've got it. Everybody saying hello, hello. They called him Stone Fist, more like Stone Head. Agreed. Comicsgate, yeah, I got into, didn't sound right. Yeah, yay for good teachers. Yeah, and C.S. Lewis. I mean, it's like the kind of people who can improve your life experience. I mean, I'm fortunate and to be married to a really great teacher, and I think I get to watch her change her students' lives all the time, and it's incredible. It's incredible what a good teacher can do for students. I think the real trick is, finding those teachers, and also, you've got to have students. And this is, I guess, one of the bigger reasons for for the pop culture counterpunch video and videos is teachers have got to parents have got to do their stuff on their end, or the teacher part of it. Like, it's sort of like a, it's like what I'm trying to do these days. I'll see if it works. Is I'm trying not to work against my future healthcare and current healthcare providers. by not doing stuff on my end, by not, by exercising, by not eating total garbage all the time, though it is, it is tempting. And so that's kind of how it is with teaching, because, you've got to have people who, you've got to have teachers who know their stuff, and you've got to have good students who know how to learn, and you have to have good teachers who know how to teach. It's this incredible, balance that you have to have. And so that's definitely one of the things that, that I think about quite often, is how important that balance is. So what I'm doing here, just in case anybody's curious, is I want to lengthen this character, or I want to lengthen Nosfero's arm here. And so what I'm doing now is I'm just building out some values, because his scale his scale is off sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't matter. But I did have this idea for him early on that really changed a lot. I had this idea for him early on that he was going to kind of be, funny enough, a little bit more of a stocky brawler. And it just doesn't work. Like, this is comics. You know what I mean? He's not Wolverine in that sense. Although that was like a little bit of it. He's much more like, he's much more like Conan. He's much more like Solomon Kane. So I'm just putting down some values to kind of just build out the mass. And then I'm going to deal with the anatomy later. Let's see here. Yeah, stop paying for your doctor's future expansions and such. Agreed. I'd much rather watch a really talented counterpunchers and stone fists like Heads, yes, Canelo Alvarez, etc. Gotcha. Yeah, agreed. I think pull counters are amazing to watch when someone's got it. I eat one meal a day. There you go. A lot of people have been talking to me about that, intermittent fasting and things like that. How long did it take to come up with the Nosfero story? So Nosfero, let me see here. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Amen. So here's how it worked. I had a character that I had been messing around with for a couple of years that had no story. It was, and this is the big problem that I think comic book artists can be prone to running into. And the character was all aesthetics. It was all about things I liked, but it was not, how do I word it? I was still telling stories that were very rooted in some of the worst aspects of auteur theory, which you kind of learn in school, which is that, everything's, try to have it be, whatever, I don't know, autobiographical or something. I forget I don't know what the exact word is. But aesthetics plus, you have to really want to and know how to write a story. And it just wasn't a story. And so it wasn't called Nosfero. It was just aesthetics. It was just a collection of aesthetics. And when I got to the point where I was looking at Comicsgate, I was working on, funny enough, I was working on an idea for a kaiju book. I was like, maybe I could do like a kaiju book thing. And I had no story for it again. And I finally it's weird. It's like, again, it's that place where, you go to when you're trying to solve a problem. I'm sure all of you guys have been there. I thought, trying to figure it out. And then I finally just stopped thinking and just started telling a story. And the story kind of just came to me. It was really wild. And funny enough, even now, the thing about that fascinates me the most is that, which is why I'm working on this, just adjusting this page and working on this character, is that even then the story has shifted a bit. And now it's a tight story. Well, obviously I have the whole, all the pages laid out, so I know where it's going, but it really has taken a turn to something that is beyond what I could have expected. And that's the best, for me, that's the best creative experience, where your story and your idea is solid enough to where you know where it's going, but it also has room to grow and expand. For me, just walking my dog in the mountains is my exercise regimen. Yeah, I'm going for more walks, because if you get stuck in this chair painting, it's tough. If you can only tell your own story, you aren't much of an author. You're absolutely right. Solidarity with Shane. You should do the potato-only diet. Hey, listen, if that's a thing that works, that's something to ponder. Yeah, the body positivity movement seems counterproductive to advice. Yeah, of course it is. It's basically people saying that I don't want to deal with, or I don't care what happens to you, so be unhealthy. And I'm with a bunch of people now who are like, no, actually, I do care. Be healthy. Antoine Dennison, if you're at a desk most of the day, consider a converting standing desk. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. That's a fun way to write. Yeah, it's my way of writing is so, me. I don't know if I could ever explain to someone how I do it. Different writers have different styles. Some can just do seat of pants style writing. Some writers writing genre like sci-fi make more sense when you plan the science and the factions out. That's true. Hail waffles, indeed, Ellie Munoz. Yeah, we still love waffles. Don't worry, guys. Hello, Ellie Munoz. The thing, going back to that, actually, it's a really good point. I was sitting there thinking about, how I could do is, what are the things I could do that would be most beneficial? And I started realizing that one of the biggest things that that we can run into is that the more things that I put in the description of something as a YouTube channel, the harder it is for people to figure out what it is. So a lot of people see CG and think of computer generated, which we've known that's nothing new to us. That's always going to be a part of what I do. But then the other one was when people see waffles, they're like, oh, this is about waffles. It was really funny. And there'll always be that element, and I'm going to still do fun stuff with it. But I started thinking like consciously about trying to be a, because you guys know this, if you've been around here for a while, you look at Ethan's YouTube channel, hell, you look at Razorfist's YouTube channel, and when he does videos, there's a bed behind him in the shot. We all go through stages of evolving what we do and getting more effective at it. But I just started thinking that, that my, I wanted to make it easy for people who are comic book fans to find out what we're doing here, because I do think it's important. Do you know what I mean? Sean is a pants style of writer. Yeah, well, it happens. Yeah, I've thought about one of those, indeed. Yeah. The standing desks are good. The groomsman, that's exactly right. Yeah, the groomsman, yeah, he remembers those days. Oh man. But no, it's crazy. It's a crazy time because we've got and I think also part of it is when you watch a lot of YouTube and you see people, on YouTube doing different things, you start out when you start your channel, at least for me, and it's so nerve-wracking. And I was like, no one's gonna, I'm just gonna be sitting here, and I was for a lot of time. I was like, no one's gonna be watching this, and you kind of are free in a lot of ways creatively, and I still feel that way. And when people start tuning in, and after a little while of doing something where people are tuning in, you start being able to kind of think not from a stress standpoint, and you get a little bit more creative. And so perfect segue from talking about the creation and writing of Nosfero. Job one with Nosfero was to have a story that worked, that it got from point A to point B, and it happened. Next part of it was to have artwork that people would see of a character they've never heard of. This is why I understand people not wanting to go from a mainstream or certain things into CG, because you really have to, put your, put your bits out, so to speak. And I completely get why people are afraid, outside of the other garbage that comes along with it. And then you have that. Then you think, and this is the wild part of it, is anybody going to back this after putting all this work? You go to launch it, and you don't even know if people are going to support it. So oddly, I do know that there are people, I'm sure, who the better their campaign does, the less, what's the word I'm looking? I don't know how to describe it. I'm sure there are people who have an opposite reaction to me. But I actually find it easier to work harder the more stability and security I have in the thing, and being creative is a part of that. And hey, what's up, Snuggie Jr.? How are you doing, my friend? It's great to see you. Yes, hey, Sean from chat. Hey, Snuggie. Sean, did Mark Brooks become a cautionary tale for you if he has to pay them on? No, because I would never make that mistake. I just, holy cow, that was scary. What's up, Neon Todd? Good to see you. Yeah, Artist and Jetty without a 2-liter. You ain't kidding. Let's see here. Finally made it. Hello, Sean. I'm about halfway through the Werewolf by Night video, and it really inspired me to improve my own work. Yeah, guys, it's all with love, I tell you this, for the genre and for our culture. I'm writing a novel and spent more than a month of evenings documenting technology, factions. Wow, that's great, etc. It sounds like what Dennis is doing on a core draft by Andy Smith, expanding the universe in my brain before I keep things consistent. Excellent. That's great. Let's see here. Just make sure I have everything well read. Channel. Yes, it was a horrifying debate, actually. I mean, to be honest. And Snuggie, I got to get this thing. I got to get this thing scanned in for you and get it signed. But Snuggie, just so you can see it, brother. There we are. So I got to get this thing scanned in. It's going to be happening soon, my friend. Just thought to remember that. What's up, Amanda B? How are you doing? Teach me how to Snuggie. Indeed. Snuggie's bookmark trademark campaign. There, you guys are absolutely team bookmark. There you go. Hey, John. Hey, hello. Everybody's saying hello. Hello, Amanda B. Mr. Monkey Boy. Dang, Sean. Dang, Amanda B. Good to see you, Amanda B. Thank you guys for being here. Hit that like and subscribe. All that great stuff. Everybody's saying hello. It's good to see you guys. And yes, we're going to be talking about aliens on Double Impact. I just set up a new member section. Stephen Rockwood is, of course, the first member. And that sounds like it could be misinterpreted, but I don't think Stephen would mind. He knows love is love. The heart wants what it wants, as they say, as a coach would say. But yeah, guys, it has been a lot of work going on behind the scenes of, just getting this channel where it needs to be in terms of organization and structure. And just, I always say this is that, when I, a lot of the work when I was early on sending videos and stuff to Ethan and, helping him with clips and things like that, I understood a big part of that was that when you are trying to spin as many plates as Ethan had spinning, you can do stuff like that, but it is so hard. And it's a really, easy way, or it's a good way to help people because it is a lot of work. And he's great on camera. I mean, he can just stream, so it's not necessary. But it's the constant thinking of like how to make stuff can be tough. So when you've got skills like that, and you're starting out, it's a good way to introduce yourself. It's also a good way to grab an oar and help. But for myself, I kind of know what's in my head, and I have to figure out and do what it is to make it work. And so that was a thing that I've sort of been running into. I just needed the time. I really needed the time to kind of build some stuff that would pay off dividends later. So when I'm building assets for my channel, even when I'm doing stuff for Ethan, or when I did the trailer for John for the re-edit of his trailer to put the Omega Storm logo in there, I save and keep all of the parts and pieces to the things I do, so I have them if I need to do something else with it. And I try to keep things in good resolution. And so there's just a ton to it. It's none of us were, had any formal training in being broadcasters and editors, but we do it pretty well here. What is up, Past Master Dan? It's good to have you in the house, my friend. How are you doing, guys? Everybody hit the like and subscribe if you haven't. And feel free to become a member. I've often been described as that. Let's see here. Just being guys. Yeah, what's up, Sulcurial? Good to see you, my friend. Let's see. Somo Thori, of course, is here. Everybody's here. Let's see what else we've got going on. Neon Todd Studio. Everybody's saying hello. Brandon Anderson just popped in. I couldn't resist the sock puppet. I heard him speak. I knew it was Doug. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You guys are killing me. Hey, Dion. Absolutely. It's great to see you guys. It is great to see all of you guys here. Thank you for popping in, saying hello on this fine day. I am celebrating my son passing his driver's test. Congratulations to him. Terrific kid. Super proud of him. And super proud of all of you guys. We're just going to keep working. We're just going to keep working and working. That's what we do here. So, yeah. So, I mean, it was a big thing that was fun to do. And so when I look at those, when I look at the CG Kings intros and things that I've done, and there's always, I always think, there's always more I can do and more I could do there. But you have to always balance it out with your work and your paying work, and everybody I do stuff for understands that. So, when we were getting ready for Double Impact tonight, Gabe Minnie, God bless her, has been getting those screenshots for us every week, and she's got a lot of stuff going on. And thank you for posting her Instagram in the chat, guys. I do appreciate that. But she's got a lot of stuff going on, and she couldn't get it done, and Gabe's got a lot of stuff going on, and it's like those things happen. And that's when it's great to have people do stuff to support you. Dying Days of YouTube did such a great Nosfero video with Hogan the Bogan. That's the stuff that just lifts you up when you've got all this work to do. That's the stuff that makes it fun, is that you've got, you're not in it by yourself. And I think that whenever you've got people who are working as hard and doing so much to promote what we're doing here, like Ethan or John or anybody, anytime you can do something to help in backing books and, watching videos, leaving comments, all that stuff matters. It's what makes this possible. You guys make this possible, and us making sure we're working our tails off makes it possible. So when you don't see me ever, which is rare, but if I go for as long as I did, don't worry, I'd put my wife or I would post if I was dead. But just know that it's because we're working. We're working to do something, and it's a lot. Yeah, I know, right? Indeed, you're absolutely right. Yeah, Chris Gow. Oh, hey, Chris Gow. Where's Brian? Oh, there is Brian. Hey, what's up? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Jonathan J. Where did you learn your video production skills? Is it something I want to learn, but I don't know where to start from? I just learned it on my own. Bless you for saying that. I learned it on my own. I may do a video about it at some point. That could be another fun thing. Supportive messages. Exactly. Hey, listen, all the algorithm knows is counts on the comments, so it helps. Hale, what's up, Jeremy Burtz? Good to see you, brother. American Comics Company, always great to see you, my friend. Yeah, and you think about it too. It's like the PVC figures and the action figures and all of the stuff that we're doing, just having to handle this little corner of things. Oh God, I have the camera in the wrong place. Sorry about that, guys. Just having to handle this little corner of things with my work is it's a lot, man. People are rightfully concerned about it because nobody knew who you guys were the first people to know who Nosfero the Crypt Walker was, that such a book existed. You guys are the early adopters. You guys are the people who actually are the leading edge of any change in pop culture. That's why we appreciate you and we thank you for it. And that's a big part of it. Oh, thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate it. I tip my hat to you, sir. Thank you. Sean's Corner. That's right. What's a Zoop? That sounds like something that, toddlers do. What's up, Teflon Ron? How are you doing? I can't believe I missed you there. Good to see you, buddy. Let me see here. All right. Look at all you fine people. Yes. And Six Gun Gorilla is in the chat, guys. Do check it out. But yeah, I mean, it's there is no, I'll tell you this story that so you guys know this. I've told this story before, but it's a story that I was really glad my daughter got to be there for. I was at a grocery store late at night and I was doing a grocery run with my daughter, and there was a woman there, and it was really late at night, and she was like, "Oh my God, my kids have my cell phone. I can't call my kids. Where are my kids? I can't believe I left my wallet at home." And I looked at what she was buying, and it was it was 2 a.m, and it was like a house plant, like a room plant, and then maybe $50 worth of groceries because it was about 2 or 3 years ago, and she had totally left her wallet, and she had that look of just total exhaustion, I can't believe I left this here. And I said to my daughter, I was like, "All right, come on over here." My daughter was a little bit littler, and I said, "Excuse me, ma'am, I'm sorry. Did you say you left your wallet home?" I said, let me pay for your stuff, because when I was looking at what she had, it looked like somebody was in the hospital. She was getting a plant for their room, and she was making a quick pit stop at the grocery store before going back to a hospital. That's just what I assumed was going on. I don't know why. And the look on her face was just there is some point to this world. There are nice people in this world. And if you guys know what I mean, it's when you go through something tough, it's not always big things that make you, it's not the big things that save your life. For me, it was something like meeting Todd McFarlane at a convention and him being nice to me when I was 14. If it wasn't for that, so much, it was big. Let's just put it that way. I had a lot going on, and there's always an opportunity to be kind, and that doesn't mean that we can't be funny. To be honest, so many of the crazier, hilarious streams that we do here on CG, those are things that lift me up too. I mean, if there's one disappointment I have about Ethan and John and Cecil, and I don't mind saying it, it's that they haven't done another Into the Pie Baron stream where Ethan goes to Walmart. That is one of those things to where when Ethan, if he's trying to get healthy, I understand. But that was such a funny stream. I watched that stream and die laughing every now and again. It's almost like one of the earliest streams that shows off their dynamic. And a lot of Comicsgate history happens on it, by the way, too. It was, at the time, it was, I was kind of aware it was a big deal, but what was happening behind the scenes, but it was holy cow. But it is a funny stream. Those guys were something special, on that. Jim Cox, what's up? Don't know. Life has been easy. All right, excellent. Well, I'm glad to hear it, man. And I get the I get the cut of your jib there. Let me see. Where did you go, Jim Cox? There you go. Yeah. Let's see here. I pass Master Dan. Hail all. Let's see here. Always great to see you. Yeah, absolutely good stuff. Yeah, Chaotic Grace, Amanda B and Jim Cox YouTube channel. Please do check it out. And hail Jim Cox. Let's see here. Hey, American Comics Company. Hey, AC. Same to you. Hey, John, and the rest of you. Absolutely great to see you, Jim Cox. By the way, and you were on that stream too, for that matter. So you know about the Into the Pie Baron stream. But it was just, I was at the time I was watching it, and it was around Halloween, and which is great. That's why I always think about it this time of year. My son was at an age where he could kind of watch the Comicsgate streams and not get too much of it, but still laugh. He's obviously older now. And we were watching that stream, and it was just a really funny, entertaining memory. It's like someone grabs their phone, gets in the car, goes to Walmart to buy pie. And Ethan knew what he was doing. I mean, he was, entertaining the crowd, and he was just doing, there was nothing that he wouldn't do to get eyes on what we were doing, and in a lot of ways show how it's just a bunch of silly, normal people trying to make books and trying to do something positive. And it's nothing that anyone needs to be sitting here, worrying about or obsessing about. It's a pretty simple thing. We like good artwork and we like good people. It's the way it is. Let's see here. That's just Amanda B. John, there you go. Hey, American Comics Company, Jim Cox. Oh, it is. There you have it. Teflon Ron. Hail, Mrs. Good Stuff. Mrs. Good Stuff's in here. Oh, Mrs. Good Stuff. I'm sorry. I doff my cap to you, my lady. I doff my cap. I forgot. My goodness. It's great to see all of you guys. Into the Pie Barons. Yeah, making that trailer is still one of my favorite things. I think that might have been the first video I sent to Ethan, was Into the Pie Barons. And I don't know what the first video he asked me to do was. It could have been the Trump I'm Gonna Come video. I think that could have been the first one that he asked me to do. And it was one of those weirder emails where, you get that, and I started working on it, and then my wife came home and she goes, "What are you working on?" And I went, "I'll just have you read this email, and I don't know if I can necessarily justify or explain what I'm working on. It's kind of strange." Oh man. But yeah, I mean, it was those were crazy times. Those were fun times. It's hard to imagine that even when I'm watching Comicsgate Kings and I see the Comicsgate Kings intro, sometimes I forget I made it, because I've made so many different videos, and it feels like I would love to know when I made that video. I'm sure I could find out just by looking at the file or my email, but it feels like a million years ago. I know it isn't, but it feels like a million years ago that I made that thing. But yeah, it's cool stuff. Let's see. All right, so I'm getting that mass roughed in there. Let me see what else I got. Wow, I didn't know. Yeah, that's some of my early work. Yeah, I love that video. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, it was. I loved making that video. But yeah, that was mine. And actually, if you look at the stream when I was on Michael Bancroft's show the first time, this was, I don't want to say it was early for him, because he'd done the Lucent and he'd been doing a lot, but his channel has blown up since then. It was bigger then, or it was big then, and it's bigger now. But I was on that channel, and Joe, good old Joe, Albino Thunderbones, baby. He knew that I had done all those videos, but you can actually see Michael finding out I do those videos on that stream. But he was like, "What, you do all?" I was like, "Oh yeah." So that's what's great about Michael, is Michael really has always been so supportive to people who he didn't know me from anything. He knew my work from Instagram, and he was generous enough and kind enough to have me on his show, and then later have me on for the launch. But that actually made me really like Michael even more, because it's like he didn't need to know all that stuff about me. He was just looking at it from the artwork standpoint and the kindred spirit standpoint, and you can't go wrong with that. Darth Bogantis, indeed. Yeah, when I see him in the chat, I'll always send him a link. The thing for and I told him this, until his book launches, I will always start my streams unless there's something special, I'm having a guest on or something like that. But all of my streams start with the first trailer I play is his trailer for Lucent 2: Pain of Death. Sean is to blame for Ethan's. Oh my God, yes, I am. Well, and I'm getting there, Jim. You know that. I've had some long ones. What has Bancroft done for you lately? He's done a ton, man. He's just been a brother, man. I get to talk. I talk to him every now and again about, like I'll shoot him something about family stuff and see how he's doing. And, you know, it's all love, man. Cheerleaders, Ray. Thank you, Teflon Ron. Teflon Ron, these cheerleaders are for you, my friend. And thank you. Thank you for your support. Here you go.
Charge!
Thank you, my friend. I tip my cap to you. Much appreciated. Yeah, Bancroft is great. He's a real friend. He's a real dude. And just a terrific guy. Yeah, take 5. Uh-oh, take 5. Did I miss something? Let's see. I hope I didn't miss anything. Okay, just making sure I didn't miss anything. Bancroft is my go-to resource for drop bear defense tactics. You know it's true. Let's see here. I won't be satisfied until there's a 2-hour intro followed by a 15-minute stream. Yeah, that's a new one. Yeah, that's a new one I made. That's part of the work I've been doing. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I mean, I love. There's some really great videos people have done for Ethan over the years, and I'll tell you this, guys. Ethan, I know he appreciates all this stuff. Sometimes it's hard to imagine, like when you're in the eye of a storm, it's you know, it's a strange, and I don't mean just like with all the crazy stuff. I just mean in terms of just having, you know, drawing, fulfilling, you know, having, you know, kids, all of that, the stuff that a lot of us are doing, and you know, all of that stuff, dealing with the print stuff and everything. Shane is going through that, you know, like think about buy house kids, blah blah blah. With all that stuff going on, anything that somebody can do to take some of that weight off of you is so appreciated. And it's sort of like an unspoken thing. Like, I don't need to know. It's always nice to hear it. Like, I'll give you a great example of something that I really did appreciate. I was watching, I think it was Comicsgate Kings, but guys, the days are blurring together. It's like I went to bed at 4, I think, last night, or 5, and I woke up at 9, and I'm just going, man. But I think it was on Comicsgate Kings or something where they were talking about, they played John's trailer, and Shane said something nice about the Omega Storm logo that's at the end. And you know, John did what we do here in CG, which I'm not used to in academia, where people never give you any credit when you do something. And I wouldn't expect, I wasn't like, oh, I'm waiting to see whatever, but I thought it was really classy. John goes, oh yeah, Sean did that. I mean, it seems logical. That's what I would do, but it's appreciated, man, when you're with people like that. What's up, David G? Good to see you, my friend. Hail to you, Michael Bancroft. Back at you, man. Oh no, I had to. He's like, I'm just trying to lurk in the chat. Back at you, man. I'm premiering a video. We'll put the link in the chat to the stream. Actually, do it. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, but dude, put the link to your video you're premiering, man. Afterwards, you need to set it up so I can raid your channel. You're gonna have to walk me through that because I'm dumb as a brick. So nice. I had to see her twice. Here you go, my friend. Oh my gosh, you guys are great. All right, here you go.
Charge!
That's for you, Teflon Ron. Thank you, brother. Yeah, hey, John. Hail, Louis Filet. Yeah, man. See, please put a link to your video you're premiering in here. I do. I love you, brother. What can I say? You're good people. And it's great to see credit stealing, not limited to academia. Yeah, I know. But it's the little things, right? I never go through, I never count like that kind of thing, because that's a weird sort of road. But I always notice it and appreciate it when it happens. I try not to ever, you know, like, you know, you can go through your life trying to read stuff into it. If you watch that video about the status games versus wealth creation games that I posted on it, it pretty much is my ethos about these things and being healthy, not getting dragged into that. But I've always thought that why I try to notice and appreciate people as best as I can is because it actually is important for anybody who is running something or running a business or running something to know who people are and who are working. It's kind of a small business, small kind of thing that I tend to appreciate from creators. And I do appreciate that. You know, I mean, I think that it's the kind of thing that if you're accustomed to it and you have an attitude about it, I don't know if it's necessarily good, but if you're the kind of person who is like myself, who just, I do the work, I try to help as much as I can, but I always make sure that, you know, that I do it with the right attitude, and I which is positivity, trying to put as much positivity out there as I can, and try to put good work out there, and just trying to do as much as I can to kind of help CG. And so when I see John, when I see Malin, the thing I always think about is, the interview that I have some clips of that he did with Pete Smetti back in the day. And I think it was the Grab an Ore stream. And I have a link to Pete's stream in that video as well. And I just think about what it's like to be the first person over that particular wall that he did with your boy Zach back in the day. And so how do you repay somebody for that? You just do your best. That's all you can do is do your best. And so I was glad that he liked what I did there, and I'm glad that it helped him, because that was if that's all it did, then it served its purpose. You know what I mean? Teflon Ron, what's better than 2 cheerleaders 3? Yeah, there you go. I promise to send them back afterwards. Absolutely, Michael. Please. It's important. It's important. I want those views up. All right, so let me see here. Where is it? Let me get those cheerleaders on here. Where is it? Brand. Oh my gosh.
Charge!
Thank you, Teflon Ron. Much appreciated, my friend. Yeah, the groomsman laugh out loud. Yeah, where's the groomsman? What's he up to? Let me see. Where'd you go, brother? Where'd you go? My God. Yeah, but it's a blast, man. Yeah, Comicsgate does work. I mean, and you think about it too, when people talk about, the Malin method, and they talk about all of that stuff. Over the wall and into the fight, hail Coach Malin indeed, man. Yeah, Grab an Ore streams are old news. It's Gumball streams now. Yeah, it is. Yeah. And it's sort of funny because he talked about something. I was at at that time had been at a similar point that was somewhat different, which was in life, and I think we're almost the same age in some ways, but Malin is only 29, as he's often stated. But he's where you are working in a field and you're working in a situation, and as much as you love the idea of the job, which in his case was mainstream comics, it's like you're just like, I would rather the way that it's working now and what it has become and what it is in this particular situation, I would rather just walk away from it, because I love comics so much. I'll see if I can find a way to self-publish Graveyard Shift. I have this idea and do it on my own. And that's something I really can relate to, because I got into teaching because I love to help people. I didn't get into it for political nonsense. I got into it to teach drawing and art, because for me, that was the stuff that saved me. That was in comics, was this thing that I would go into when I was a kid, those Todd McFarlane issues. It just sort of made everything, bearable. And, when I think about that kind of stuff, I just go, I can imagine those long, you talked about it, because those are long nights, man, that you have. And I thought, yeah, man, they are. Like, I know what you're talking about. It's like, it's an intense decision. And I would actually say that's another thing that spoke to me about Ethan, when he was just so honest about, what him and, Andrea, went through, and just kind of, praying in together and saying, we're going to get through this, and being just really terrified, not knowing how it's going to go. And it's that, feeling that fear and doing it anyway, man. That's what everybody here does. And I will say this, it's a wonderfully rewarding thing, but it's definitely not for amateurs. You got to know who you are and what you can take, because leaving a career is, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about, but leaving a career is different than leaving a job, in the sense that oftentimes whatever success you have is not transferable, because it's not just skill based, it's based on your history in it, particularly when it changes. Let's see here. Hail Snuggy Jr. Groomsman, for anyone who cares, Gabe will be in a good mood because his Padres are up 7-4 now. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's so great. Let's see here. Shanth, I laughed out loud when the groomsman said, Shanth, I think you need to repaint that arm yet again, because you're insane. There's take 5. That's right. No courage without fear, folks. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yeah, and I mean, I think that it's you've got to just know, how do I word it? Like, every now and again, I'll do a video, or I'll do something, and I'll put it together, and I'll go, no, that needs to be reworked a little bit. But in order to be as productive and have as much excellence as possible, you have to, how do I word this? You have to have that ability to know when it's done and it needs to be done. So the things that I'll change whenever I'm working on a piece are never done for purely aesthetic reasons. They're typically done for structural reasons. So, for example, this isn't just an image where and like Greylock, is a little off model based on where he is on page 4. This is the first page where you're going to see Greylock, and as I've stated before, Greylock is going to his name is going to be a nod to John Malin. So I want this page to be. It has a lot of responsibility to it, whereas other pages, it wouldn't have been an issue. Or with like Vampire number 5 or Nosferatu number 5, that's not really an issue. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna cost the game or anything like that. It's like if Darth Vader walked in at the beginning of Star Wars and he was wearing paisley. It's that kind of thing. You got to fix it. People feel fear and they think they're cowards, but the only guy on the battlefield who's the coward's the lunatic. That's absolutely right. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Yeah, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting, when the dealing's done. Let's see here. And the drone, those guys don't feel fear either. Good art as always. Thank you so much, Cowabunga. Much appreciated. Yes, indeed. We love doing this here for you guys. 40 people. Make sure you hit like. Let's shock the algorithm a little bit. Let's have it question itself and its capacity to limit the audience of our fine folks. I think that makes a huge difference. When you guys go and leave comments, even when they're on old videos and things like that, Cranberry Langers is always really good about that. But a lot of you guys are also, so I don't want to, miss any of you guys who do it. It helps. You see noticeable changes in traction in terms of people seeing your stuff. And so I always appreciate that stuff. So please do hit like, please do leave comments. That stuff is big. And, support all of my CG brethren, man. These guys, look, a simple fact of the matter is these guys have been there for me and been very supportive. And I think that I can't even put into words, like, I can't even imagine there was a time some days I was laughing about it where I didn't know Gabe and Jericho for that matter, because we're just like, we're talking about getting ourselves in shape, getting healthy. And I'm like going, oh, Lord knows we need it, but it's a great place. Yeah. And he would be Prince Vader. It would be awesome, man. It would be great. Darth Vader wearing a Hawaiian shirt would rock. Yeah, that's basically me. Was there a double page spread in this book? Yeah, there's one. Well, one's got panels on it, but there's 1, 2, 3, and I'm contemplating a 4th. So we'll see. Yeah, round is a shape. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I was at this Halloween thing we have here with all these cool carved jack-o'-lanterns, and I got fried dough there. And I said, not only is fried dough one of my favorite foods, it's actually where I'm heading body type wise, is turning into fried dough. So it is what it is. Aaron Lopresti's YouTube channel. Absolutely. Aaron and I are having some fun on stream talking about werewolf at night, or by night. Got him. Can you tell I'm feeling werewolf by night? And he's a fellow Nosferatu and Simon Bisley enthusiast. I backed the Simon Bisley cover. Love Simon Bisley's work. It's one of the many things that that Phil and I share. We dig Simon Bisley stuff. I love Slain. I think, speaking of painted comic books, guys, and I know there's a soft cover in print, but the hardcover is great. Slain, I saw that in college and it blew my mind. You want to talk about an excellent painted book. I mean, it's a I forget the gentleman who wrote it and what that was about. So it was kind of its own thing. But man, that guy can throw down. Most people who can paint, don't do a ton of painted comic book stuff, because even Alex Ross, for that matter, is kind of like, real, it's a lot. It's a lot to do that kind of stuff. He's slowed down a bit with that. But it is one of those things that I love, is looking at stuff like Simon Bisley and seeing the thickness of the paint on the forehead and all of that sort of stuff. And I guess that's stuff that I sort of, got awakened in me again with the Todd McFarlane artist edition. And I do have in one of the Marvel covers artist editions, there's some original Rob Liefeld's inked by Todd in there and some other stuff. But I love seeing people's artwork from that time period. And again, that's why I love Joe Sontag's channel. Joe, I hope I'm not butchering your last name. I apologize. My reading comp and dyslexia is suboptimal sometimes, but I love his channel because he is a passionate connoisseur of that stuff. And when they were talking about the Todd McFarlane Artist Edition, I was just sitting back. I enjoyed the hell out of that stream, man. That was a great stream. Let's see here. Yeah, and there's Joe's channel. Thank you so much. I was just thinking how cool it would be for somebody to try actually to be the Shadow or some type of pulp hero in real life. Yeah, that would be cool. Oh, Glenn Fabry is my favorite Slain artist. Yeah, that's great stuff too. Pat Mills wrote the story. Of course, the professor's got it. Antoine Dennison. Yes, Irene's book, Irene Rini Draws Fiendish Chapter 2, guys. Check that book out. Rini's crushing it. Fried dough is just a donut by another name. You're right. Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. Well, Art T Bear, the man. I've been watching your streams a lot, man, lately. Art Hale, great to see you, my friend. It is terrific to see you in here. Good to see you, man. I loved the page you were showing. The one you held up, I was desperate to see it, but when you showed the digital file and you showed the close-up of that stuff, man, it just took me back to everything I love about comics. I cannot wait to get Black and White, brother. Cannot wait to get it. John, John's dropping Joe's link to his channel. Absolutely right, guys. Teflon Ron, I came in an hour in on the stream, but is this an earlier page? Yes, this is an earlier page. I'm reworking Greylock and Nosfero on this page because when I first wrote the story, the first page, all the other pages of Greylock, we know who Greylock is. He's largely bipedal and he's standing up, right? And then when you see pages, I'm trying not to spoil everything for you guys. When you see pages like this, we know who these characters are. We know what they've been through and what the experience is with them. And Greylock, I really know well now. And I needed to go back. Oh my gosh, Art, of course. Love the stuff, man. And it's one of those things to where, oh my God, does he not have a wrench? Blasphemy. What the? If RT Bear doesn't have a wrench, you have to ask yourself, what is going on? What kind of show am I running here? Not a show that anybody should support. Now I've just got to figure out how. Oh my God, does that work? Art, let me know if you're a wrench now. Although I prefer you stay an artist. Stay an artist. Don't turn into a wrench. We need you drawn. But it's one of those things to where I understand Greylock, and I understand Nosfero's origin and what he's gone through and the experiences he's had and how he became what he's become. But Greylock started out, interestingly enough, not as the character he is now, and so pages like, this, where you see Laurel and you see, Nosfero praying for her and things like that. Those things, the page after it, which is introducing Greylock, I really didn't understand his importance in the story and his significance in Nosfero's life. So that changed a ton of stuff. Wrench me, baby, one more time. That's right. A lot of people don't know this, but Art T Bear, big in pop music as a drummer, was Britney Spears' drummer. A lot of people don't know that. Get that rumor out there. We need a pinup where Laurel is wearing an armor made from a fridge, like a fridge transformer armor for the commentary. Absolutely right. I love this chat, man. God bless you. He is a chrono mechanic. That is absolutely right. He is. Hey, Brian Christgau. It's by the bad groomsman. Bad. Hey, Art T Bear. Good night, folks. All right. There you go. He's dropping comedy lines there. Consider me a wrench, says Art T Bear. Glad to see it. And hey, drop a link to Black and White in there so we make sure we know it's working, Art. Let us know where Black and White is and where people can get it. It is, it's the least I can do for all of the happy comic book memories that you've given me with your work and all of the newfound artist brotherhood we've got here in Comicsgate, my friend. And by the way, if you ever want to come on my stream, you just let me know and I'll send you a link, man. Always great to talk art with Art. There's and I love the depth you get into with these things and the stuff that you're into, and I actually, and when I was looking at the page you were showing, even though it was tough for people to see, I really liked the gotta run because my kids don't drive. Amen. I really liked the mech you were doing on there because it reminded me of where I think comics can go, where all this stuff can go. And I think that, black and white, I remember having that ash can. I do not have it anymore. I don't have any of my comic collection and all the stuff I got up at comic conventions or that I bought in comic stores from people who were going to comic conventions. But it's just, it's like it's the next level of black and white, man. And I can't wait to see it. I mean, just the stuff I've seen is worth the price of admission, man. That's the stuff we love. So yeah, guys, if you haven't backed black and white yet, please do check it out. It's great artwork from a master artist. And, what more do you want? What more do you want? If you want entertainment, that's where you got to go. Adios all. Take care, brother, and have a good one. Shanth has a love for art for a long time. That's absolutely right. I wish I knew how to quit him, but I can't. I can't do it. Let's see here. It's in the name, Shanth and Jetty Arts. Good night, folks. Part 2. There you go. Is he asking? You ain't kidding. You guys are putting it together. So people who know, people who are aware of a lot of Frank Frazetta's sketches may know what I'm referencing with this. But yeah, it's deliberate. That's part of the joy of what we do on this book. That's part of the fun. Always been deliberate. Sometimes a sword is a sword. Sometimes a sword is another thing. That's the secret to what we do here. It's so funny too, because I've been looking at a lot of the classic National Lampoon illustration work. Man, we need something like that now. Like those great old National Lampoon painted illustration stuff. When you had Frazetta and you had even some of the cool Boris stuff that happened there. I mean, that stuff is great. I love that stuff. John Malin's Graveyard Shift. Yes, guys, check it out. It's a great looking book. Jimmy Reyes is doing inks on that. Of course, we've got, we've got John Malin, who's right. Where's the link to it? Oh, you guys have got it. Make sure I got everything on here. Tommy Patterson, but where's the link here for me? I know you've got it in the chat. I was actually watching Tommy Patterson talk about it on Joe's channel last night, and Omega is looking great, and I love the pencils I've seen, and I know Jimmy's going to bring some great stuff to the inks there. Did John launch that book basically with no amping it up in advance? Suddenly book? I don't know. Actually, you'd have to ask him. He did talk about it. I think there were just a lot of books launching that week because that was during the the Aaron launch, the Rini launch, all of that stuff. I think he did talk about it a bit, that he had a book plan to launch. But I don't know. You'd have to ask him. I'm not exactly sure, come to think of it. But yeah, man. When I look at that old National Lampoon stuff, I love that art. It's so great. Yes, take a look at Camel Moon's Boots and Heels. Yeah, I popped in for the last bit of that launch stream, and that was fun. And I'm so glad that Camel had a great 40th birthday and launching that book. It was great to see. And it's a big deal when you launch these books and you don't know how it's going to go. And so I'd encourage anybody who hasn't checked it out yet and hasn't backed Boots and Heels. It's a really, really cool story. Time travel. He's thought out the world. He's got it all drawn. He's just going to be coloring it as he goes, and it's going to be a really great story with a big story arc. So do check out Camel Moon's Boots and Heels. He's a kindred spirit, and just cracks me up, man. I laughed so hard on one of the streams that he came on here, and I have a clip from it, the Falling Down stream, the infamous Camel Moon on an airplane with kids waiting to get off the plane stream. And holy cow, that cracked me up, man. That dude's the best. There we go. Now we're getting the scale right for this dude. Yeah, he's supposed to be a little bit more imposing, so I'm just changing the camera angle a little bit. And so we'll see where it goes. All right, let's see what we got here. John Random Granderson, sort of. He mentioned it, just not excessively. There you go. Do you speak Southern? Mandy Summers' YouTube channel. Yes, indeed. Go check it out. Mandy Summers' stuff. I got my copy of Jack the Ripper Vampire Killer, and it was our Hunter. It was great. Love it. And God, the artwork on that is beautiful. Definitely Mandy has got an eye for amazing talent and collaborators to work with, and she's really great at promoting her stuff too. And she's a supporter of Country Fried Steak, which to me is very important. And listen, guys, I'm fortunate that my biggest food vice, I have no access to. So it does make the dieting thing a little bit easier. If Chili's still sold country fried steak, it'd be a different world. It'd be a different world. But fortunately, I am being watched out for, and it is appreciated. The universe isn't conspiring to give me higher cholesterol than I already have. Let me see here. That and that and that. Okay, that's lining up. That's lining up good. All right, we're getting there. And it's just, guys, don't be afraid when you're painting. If you find yourself painting, and you can go back in the stream and look at where I was at the start of the stream, I think the biggest thing people have about painting is they don't treat it like digital. They worry. They worry that it's like, it can't be changed. You can't fix it. It's over. It's over. So many of the pages that you guys are going to see in this book have gone through a process, because my painting process is a lot like my writing process. It's not a lot like my writing process. They happen at the same time. So I've got the story, I've got the art all in my head fairly well worked out. And then when it comes time to paint and put the thing together, and this is a well-worn page, you guys know this page well, it's like it all comes to me like a mosaic of images. And I know like how, this thing is going to come together, and it's sort of like the story tightens up as it goes. It's like having a game plan going into a fight. As Mike Tyson said, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And when you're working for this audience and you're trying to create something that's great for them, very smart, tactical plussing of a project and making that story just that much better, making that art just that much better is always the right thing to do. Because you guys know we've got lifelong fans, and we've got people who are coming in here who are ready to support us and back these books and get us where we need to go. And I can't overstate how much we appreciate that, and how much we're always doing our best to fold space and time as these small businesses where we have to do so much of what in corporate comics, there's a whole team of people working on. But we want to bring you guys the best because we want to show them we can do it. We want to show them that culture can be made at the grassroots level, and you guys make it possible. We thank you and we appreciate you for it. Hey, what is up, Rob the Replicator? It's good to see you, brother. Everybody's saying hello. Snuggie saying hello to Rob. It's good to see you. Speaking of my brothers and Snuggie's bookmark, Sean Bancroft mentioned you need to set up your channel to accept raids. Just a reminder. Yes, I know. I'm going to have I might do a private stream at some point with Mike to just help me set that up. I really do need his help with that, because it's one of those things where it's just my brain is maxed out right now. It's like I said to my wife recently, she goes, she always is asking me if there's stuff she can do to help. And I'm always thinking, like, I don't even know how to explain like what I need help with. My brain is so out of it. And so it's almost like only people who are in Comicsgate and actively doing this stuff, and granted, she does help with a lot of things, but there's something that you have to be in this particular corner of the art form to know, because there's a lot of people who make comics and don't have YouTube shows and don't do titles or intro videos or super chat, thank you videos, or, if they do, they don't think about, oh, I need to up the game and fix those and, make it better and improve. Like, we're very driven here. We're very driven here. And that's how it works. What is up, American Comics Company? It is great to see you as always. J-Dog, indeed. It's good to see. Look at all the love here. Jeremy Burtz, we've got here. Hi, Rob. Everybody saying hello. Snuggie's here. Hey, what's up, Mighty Magic? It's good to see you. Hail to you, my friend. Great to see you. Yes, and Art T. Bears, Black and White, Volume 2, Man vs. Machine. I will tell you, he draws some killer mechs, man. Art draws some killer mechs. And his intro was one of my favorite ones I did with the bear and the fish. That was another one that me going back and plussing it just became part of the lore, because I sent Ethan an update where there was a fish in his mouth, and Ethan had already uploaded the one without the fish, I guess, or maybe Ethan just came up with that because he's just a creative guy, so I don't know. And Ethan played the one without the fish, and it just became a thing for a while. Will Art get a fish? And then the John Malin Hungry Like a Wolf one, they were streaming, and Ethan said, I need a version of your intro where it's hungry like a wolf. and he was playing that song, and they were laughing about it. And so I was like, okay, I'll take John's intro and I'll put it to Hungry Like a Wolf, add glitter to it just for a laugh. That's why being fast and quick on your feet with some of this stuff is so important to, make this stuff work. I don't know how Ethan does it sometimes. It's kind of remarkable. But I mean, I always try to bring it on this channel. You guys know that. Painting, talking, remembering, and occasionally I can't remember a boxer's name. Teflon Ron for Rob because he loves the cheerleaders. I hit 50K Australian. Are you serious, Rob? Oh my God. That's so cool. I didn't even think about that. All right, here are the cheerleaders for you, Teflon Ron. You are the man. Here you go.
Charge!
Hail, Teflon Ron. I tip my cap to you. That is wild, Rob. I didn't even think about that. Oh, that makes me feel... Thanks, Rob. Rob always brings so much positivity to me, man. He's like when people say, what do you mean? Like Rob Slaves, Rob has had me doubled over laughing my head off, man. He's got the best timing. It's so appreciated, man. And I'm really excited for the next Replicator book. I forget what day it was, but I got those books out and I sat there and I was like reading them, and there was a sequence where, actually, I don't know if I'm supposed to spoil this stuff. Anyway, well, let's just say this. There was a sequence, forget it. Cover your ears if you don't want to be spoiled. It's not that awful, but there's a part where a character gets kidnapped, and if it was any other like typical comic, that's being done, or movie that's being done, you'd think, oh, she's going to escape. Like she tries to escape, and she doesn't. She's not able to escape. And it was so funny because I was so primed for how it was going to go, even though I love storytelling and I know such things are possible. But I was just super impressed with that writing at that point and what Rob was doing. And I just sort of had to sit back and go, right on, man. Well done. So, yeah. Guys, keeping your eyes peeled for Replicator 4. And also, if you're like me and you had missed the first two with Replicator 3, back everything and back off. And it got here in fantastic shape. Can he get hot cheerleaders? They're like 4 out of 10. Hey, that's what I draw, Rob. Like, that's what I'm able to attract. Better plus than non-plus. Amen. Yeah, it was great, man. It was great. John Chin's pal right in the kiss. You're killing me, man. Oh, my Lord. We all work with the gifts we're given. That's the way it is. But no, I mean, it's a cool thing to actually, be excited about and impressed with your friend's stuff, and I'm just one of those people that I just like when people work. I like when people are committed to just working hard, as hard work and dedication. And it's sometimes, when it's always good, I think, for when people hear something positive about stuff, because it is grueling work. It's whether you're a manga artist or a comic book artist, it's really grueling work. And if the same thing with writing or anything, you're crafting a story and you're like, how is this going to land? And Rob is great at collaborating with people. He's great at meeting people, but then he also has a very good vision of how to tell a story. And a comic book writer is a different kind of animal. And he's really good at writing comics. And that's what's great about it. Don Chin's X-Farce Reloaded #1. There you guys go. Don Chin's Beard Zerker #1, a parody of Keanu Reeves' Berserker. I've been a fan of Don Chin's ever since Adolescent Radioactive Black Belt Hamsters. Oh my gosh, Snuggie Jr. with a $10 super chat. Holy cow. Here's a bit to upgrade to hotter cheerleaders for Rob. And love the bookmark. Thank you. I doff my cap to you, Snuggie. Much love. You know it. It's just what we do here, guys. It's what we do. We've been doing this for a while. This one's for you.
Charge!
Oh my goodness, you guys are the best. Eric Weathers' YouTube channel, my other brother, Eric Weathers. It's great to see. Yes, check it out. And here is a link to Snuggie's bookmarks versus stickers. Guys, the artwork that Eric Weathers is doing, and I can't overstate this, the artwork that Eric Weathers is doing for the next issue of Battle Brick Road. I should know because I have a hat that says Battle Brick Road on it somewhere in this room. I wear it out whenever I go for a walk with my wife. And it looks amazing. And yes, team bookmarks from John right here. And check out the bookmarks versus stickers campaign. It's going to be great. There's going to be some incredible artwork. Kenneth Roquefort's going to be doing one. I'm going to be doing one. Bunch of people. Snuggie, please drop the names of all the artists in the chat if you want to, just to keep getting the word out, because it's a who's who collection of amazing people working. And that's the fun we have here. These are ideas that are powered by fun. They're powered by what we do here. You know what I mean? And that's what makes it great. I remember when Aldous and Snuggie and Jeremy met with me for a thing to tell me about it and to ask me if I would do one. And I mean, of course, I thought my wife was going to be there with my kids. I thought it was going to be an intervention, but it turned out they were just interested in having me do a bookmark. So the intervention waits. It waits. It was a blast, man. Love those guys. Great people and great friends. And you know, it's like, even though, you know, we're all on like different stream schedules, you know what I mean? All the time I will text, you know, send Jeremy a text and say, hey man, so happy for the channel blowing up, you know, with House of Dragons. Cause I know he is a true blue fan of the Game of Thrones world and, you know, George R.R. Martin's work. And it's like when you watch anybody who has been doing something for a very long time, not only just in Comicsgate and all the amazing promotion he does, but just he's a real fan of that world and fantasy. So he doesn't have to fake it. And it's almost like where preparation meets opportunity and we love each other's successes. You know, that's what it's about. Absolutely. Dying Days of YouTube's channel is here and linked. Yeah. Thank you, John, for the links. We appreciate you. How many different artists are on the campaign? There's going to be a ton. Shanth, Rini, Narwhal collaboration. Make it so Teflon Bron. Yeah, from your lips to God's ears. I want to see a Rini plus Gabe collab cover on or book. That would be cool. Yeah, Gabe is amazing coloring. Obviously, you guys know that. And Eric July knows that. Louis Fillet, Jeremy is good people. And again, just so you guys know how it is that whenever, you know, when we get a chance to talk, Gabe has always said to me, you know, how much he appreciates, you know, Ethan putting Eric July in touch with him because, you know, he was doing a lot of colors for CG and there's that mutual respect there in terms of technical skill and ability. And that's what it is. All done. Hopefully some folks will pop over. Thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, brother. And Snuggie dropping the names. Here's everybody: Roquefort, Shanth, Bancroft, Shelby, EJ Morges, Dean James, Nacho on Downcast, Camel Moon, Sean is it Arent? I think I got that right. I don't know. I probably killed it. Zaid Studios and Neff. There you go. I boomered it and uploaded the wrong video at first. That's fine. Seriously, Michael, much love and much appreciation, brother. Kenneth Roquefort's Mitographia YouTube channel. Who's Kenneth Roquefort? Is he good? I fucking love that guy's artwork. He's so great. And a nice, super nice guy. Kenneth Roquefort's Groken 2, guys. Check it out. I already backed. Matt Fowler provided original Tiger Blue art for the campaign. Oh, that's awesome. I love Tiger Blue. It's one of my favorite books. And I love, Jose is doing, I got a crack in my back here. Oh, that felt good. I don't know if you guys heard that. That was nice. But I think he's doing work for Shadowbinders on Indiegogo with the Clownfish folks. Man, he is an amazing artist. He is fast. I love his style. I think it's a perfect pairing. Shelby Robertson, American Discords, 94, Rage Tallies War #1. There you go. Shelby did some killer inks too and does great artwork. I love his art streams. Zaid Studios YouTube channel, Zaid Studios, Beckend Recourse. Sign up for that Beckend Recourse. There you go. And guys, I gotta scan this and get this off to him soon. Here is my cover for. Actually, hold on. Let me put it here. I just realized I have a camera here. This is my cover that I've done for him, and I've got to get this thing scanned in and off to him. But yeah, one of the most detailed pieces of artwork I think I've probably ever done for this because was inspired by the world, and he's going to be getting that original mailed to him just as soon as I get it scanned and everything and off. So there you go. Yeah, so check it out. Nefarious Frequency Girls YouTube channel. Check it out. Nefarious and Frequency Girls YouTube channel. Check it out. John Nefarious Mavericks Origins Volume #1. John is dropping more links than Oscar Mayer. My God. Kenneth Roquefort covered for Nosfero too. There you go. Oh, there's a few people I'd like to get to do a cover for Nosfero. I was thinking of somebody the other day, and I cannot think of who it was. That's pretty sad there. Sweet. Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah, I can't wait for that book. It's going to be great. Incredible. Thank you, Rob. Much love, brother. Beautiful. Thank you, Jeremy Birds. You guys are so nice. I appreciate it, man. I work really hard. I know you guys know that. And I appreciate all the support. And the proof for me in terms of or what the goal is with that is, one, for the piece of artwork when it gets to, I've got 2 pieces of artwork that are arriving in the hands of people who bought originals. One is the Cyberfrog trading card original artwork. And the first sketch that got rejected because he wanted that, and the tracing paper transfer. Those are going to be arriving at a fan and collector house today. And then Phil Diaz is getting the Masquerade painting and a sketch I did of that. So there you go. Incredible. Beautiful. Thank you. Was it me? Was it you who did which one? Yes, it was you, of course. You doing the artwork. Well, now cat's out of the bag, Rob. Good luck trying to put that cat back in the bag. Snuggy threw a bunch of artists trying to keep up. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, he did. Neon Todd Studios channel. Yeah, man. Rob made the enormous mistake of revealing that he can draw. So he is going to now be drawing with Michael on all those streams. It's happening. There's no coming back from that. Now the expectation is Rob art. So here's something. Was Ethan incorrect on that stream? Or was it just a prophetic statement that Rob was an artist? Food for thought, folks. Maybe the truth is somewhere in between. We don't know. But that's what makes it fun. That's what makes this the place where dreams come true. There you have it, folks. All right, let's see. Zayd Comics. Hail. How you doing, Zayd? Are you home yet? I'm dying, man. Dan Blagel, ahoy, friends. Hey, what's up, Dan? How you doing, brother? Great to see you. Guys, Goblin Girl, check it out. Love it. It's a great book. Oh my gosh, the chat is flying here. How long does it take to paint a page? It depends. It depends on the page. Some pages go quicker than others. I know it's a non-answer, but how do I word it? It can. I spend a lot of time on, like, when I do a piece, like say the Cyberfrog piece. I like to have a lot of time where I go back and look at it. When I'm doing a book like this, I've got about 30 pages that I'm working on that are that'll be most cases mostly finished, and then I'll go back and I'll take a look at it. And so it's hard to give it an exact date. The best thing I could say is what my the best way to measure it is how long does it take me to write, build a YouTube channel, put all this stuff together. We'll know that the second you guys get the book in your hands. That will be the best approximation for it, because I've never done a painted comic before. So everything is new. Typically for a book, it takes me about, for an art book, it takes me about a year. This is more artwork than I do in my art books, because I usually do 20 pages and they're single images. And never have I done interlocking panels. So yeah, this is the most comic stuff I've ever done, so I'm learning. What's my favorite thing to paint? Wow, that's a great question. I've never thought about that. Do you mean like comic-wise, illustration-wise, or in general? Just, you'll have to let me know that one. Like in totality, what's my favorite thing to paint? Or what's my favorite thing to illustrate, like when I'm doing this stuff? That's a great question. Zayd Comics CG Vacation. Yes, indeedy. Hail says Zayd. Phil, are you home? Have you got the package? Is it there? Let me know, man. I'm dying. It's boobs. Okay, comic. My favorite thing to paint is my favorite thing to paint right now is boy, I'm not even having an easier time on it. I'm gonna go with Rob's now. Is right now I'd say it's werewolves. I'd say it's werewolves right now for sure. Outside of werewolves, it's Laurel. It's the ladies for sure. Favorite probably, because I was gonna say my favorite thing to paint in the world is painting portraits of my wife. That's my favorite. One you just finished. Yeah, that's kind of true too. A still life, 2 oars, 3 balls, and a jug of olive oil. Yeah, that's right. Oh man, you guys are killing me. I got CG Vacations. You did excellent. Oh my god, that's awesome. Let's see. Love that Sean CG Vacation piece. Oh wow, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Got my tracking number. Oh, that's great. Oh, dude, I hope you love it. I hope it. I'm so excited to see everybody's working that book. Hunch the Dirty Roofer. It's great to see you. I'm looking forward to seeing you on Double Impact later. We're going to be talking about aliens. I went nuts because Gabe let me do the screen caps this week. So we got 535 frames from that movie in a PDF we're going to be going through. If you want to be inspired by one of the truly great films, you look at that movie and you just go, that is art. We have so much further we can go with our work. Everybody, we need new blood, who are motivated and skilled to start making entertainment, because that was possible. God, I love that movie. It's so good. I cannot wait to talk about it. 535. That stream is going to be like 10 hours long. Well, here's the crazy thing about it. There's so much of it, and I may even drive this stream. I think that'd be great for Gabe, so he could talk, because he's always having to click on the images. Although he may want to do the screen share, because he always has cool stuff to show. But I did it in such a way that so much happens in it that you can kind of just flick through it and let the pictures tell it if you lose your place, because that movie has a ton of stuff in it. You forget how many sequences there are and how many overlaying, things that have payoffs are in that flick. It is a work of art, that movie. It is such a great flick. Oh God, I loved it. When I was putting those screen caps together, it made me remember how much I love that film. It's such a good film. The acting in it is great. Everything. Yeah, there's Gabe's YouTube channel, guys. You got to come in for Double Impact tonight. It's going to be great. We always have a great show. It's always fun. The Crow. A lot of people for the Crow stream came out to share their stories and their love for Brandon, but also for that movie and Ernie Hudson and the amazing cast in that flick. Tony Todd, all those guys. But we had a really great stream with that and Blade, and Aliens is going to be more of the same. We're just that is a movie that everything fell into alignment. The practical effects in that really make you realize what masters of craft those artists were back then. And then the model makers, the special effects, but then the actors, Michael Biehn, Bill Paxton, all of those folks, Sigourney Weaver, of course, incredible. Every single person in that movie is a fully realized character that you learn to care about by the end of the movie, and they all undergo changes in that story, and it just shows you how much is possible. And that's the stuff the good stuff is what drives my work, and like looking at great work drives it forward. And that can be paintings, that can be movies, that can be any number of things. That's why Hammer Horror is such a big influence for me when I'm doing my stuff. But I've fallen in love with these characters, and you guys have made it possible. Nice. Yeah, absolutely. Just watch. Oh, Quick and the Dead. Love that again today. Shanth, go watch it again. I do love it. It's great. It's so comic inspired. Love Sam Raimi. 10 p.m. Eastern tonight, 7 p.m. CST for you lefties. There's Gabe's channel. Yes, indeed. Nice. Yeah, love that stuff. Let's go, Brandon. Indeed. Where's Jackie? There you go. Hey, Hunts the Dirty Roofer. The Hadleys Hope models were super dope. Yes, indeed. I just watched Crow over the weekend. It was awesome. I love that movie. The shots that are kind of miniature and a lot of other stuff where he's running across the rooftops and does those rolls and his hair comes up. The Crow is so amazing. Such a great flick. And Brandon's acting in that was wonderful. He really delivered in that. It was great stuff. Really great flick. And Ernie Hudson, man. Ernie Hudson is so he's such a great actor. He's got such a great presence and a great stabilizing presence in flicks. And his relationship with Shelley, which we talked about on that in terms of him being there for her when she was in the hospital during her last moments, and then his relation and how that builds his relationship with Eric Draven, or Eric D. Raven, as we talked about. Eric D. Raven. It was so funny how many people haven't noticed that when they watch that movie. It's like that his name is like Eric D. Raven. But yeah, I mean, it was a great time. And Aliens, if you want to talk about a movie that inspires you and is about positivity and is about overcoming obstacles, I know that may sound crazy, but Aliens is a masterpiece in that way. It's about the strength of humanity. And of course, with Jericho and Gabe there, you're going to get some, and myself talking, we're going to get some great insights into it. Because we really, you want to talk about a cinephile. Jericho Green is a cinephile if ever there was one. I mean, he loves movies, and he takes extensive notes when we do those shows, because he really cares about it. Cares about action movies, but in particular, I know he's gonna have a lot of cool stuff to say. Oh my gosh, Rand Nada, good to see you, my friend. How are you doing? John, find where things are streaming. There you go. Excellent. Let me see here. Hail chat. Hail everybody. Hail Rand Nada. Good to see you. I just sent you a picture. I was inspired. All right, Rob, hang on. Let me see if I can find it. All right, let me see. Where's my Rob messages? Oh, cool. I'm not sharing that. I'm not sharing that. Oh my God. Oh, excellent. So my friend got the package. Yes. Awesome. The gentleman who got the Cyberfrog trading card original artwork. That is great. I like the Space Marines in that Alien movie part. Absolutely. Hang on a second here. Let me see if I can find this thing. 1 second. Did I miss Crow Talk? Here we go. Hold on. Tool. There we go. Let me see if I got this. Excellent. All right. So let me see what I can do here. So I'm going to, let me see here. All right, here. Present. Share screen. Window. All right. I'm going to give you guys a quick look at Rob's artistic genius. I tried to crop it. I can't show the whole thing. There you go, Rob. Bless your heart. Yeah, that movie is fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, Renata, double impact on Gabe's. Yeah, we talked about The Crow. We're going to be doing Aliens tonight. Yes, your art is too real. It is too real. When your art is in a gallery at some point, some punks may throw tomato soup on it. So you got to be worried about that. You got to be worried about that, Rob. You have to think about your legacy. Okay? You have to think about the people who are intimidated by your talent and can think of nothing better to do than to attack it. And that's why we have to always stay vigilant and we have to protect Rob's work. All right, people. I don't ask for a lot, but I ask for a lot. So let's all protect Rob's artistic genius. There you go. There you go. Great work. Nice. See? Hashtag no cowards. You guys know that. Yes, and Rand, here, that's the link to the Crow double impact we did. It's getting a lot of views. People, it turns out that people are starved to see, people get together and sincerely talk about this work and not having any cynicism. And it's not hard to find an audience if you're actually, real, if you're actually based. It's not hard at all. And we are. And so what's great is it makes people who are like myself back in the day. I was so starved to find somebody who was talking about, the insanity that was the sequel trilogy and the way that people were acting if you had legitimate concerns with it. And finding, the Phantom Menace, and then that led me, to Ethan and all of that stuff and all those guys. I mean, I'm very grateful for it. And so hopefully there'll be a resurgence when people, in this kind of great stuff that we love, when people realize, hey, there's an audience that's looking for this. Maybe we ought to make it, maybe we ought to make it. Rob trying to prove Ethan right. I'm telling you, Ethan was correct. Ethan was seeing it. The fools, my art is only susceptible to the stew. Soup does nothing. I love that, man. I love that. That's the best. Let me see here. Ranata, yeah, absolutely. Always great to see you. Did you guys talk about the Crow TV show at all? No, we didn't, but I do think that actor would be great if they ever did something with him in the future, because he was great for that part. Anyone going to see the Black Adam film? I can tell you one person I bet is Anna. Let's see. There's a game called Scorn, which is H.R. Geiger inspired horror game. You guys should watch it on YouTube. Yeah, I probably will. I do watch video game playthroughs. All right, guys, listen, we're at 2 hours and 30 minutes. I got to go check in with my better half and see what our plan is for dinner, because I got to take a little break before 2 hours from now. 2 hours from now, my brothers Jericho and Gabe and I are going to be on Double Impact. We're going to be talking about the amazing masterpiece, James Cameron's Aliens. It is a great film, amazing actors, incredible work. It is according to Hoyle, masterpiece. And anybody who wants to have food for the soul should watch that stream. All of the screen caps I got for that are very high res. You can see everything in them. It's going to be beautiful, guys. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there. I thank you guys for coming in here to this stream. Stephen Rockwood, thank you for becoming a member of this channel. I do appreciate it. Much love, guys. You guys are the best. I will see you guys soon. I will see you guys tonight. Stay gold. Keep working hard. We have got this, guys. Great things are going to be happening. Great art's going to be happening. And it's going to be great. Won't be giving them my money. There you go. Bye, everyone. Everybody's saying take care. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. And yeah, live long and prosper, indeed. I will see you soon. And yeah, guys, let's play out with our typical song. Much love. Stay gold. Peace.
Here's a little something for you busters. You're not even learning anything on the street. You think I'm stupid, son? See what I'm trying to say to you, boy? Do you?
What's up with that?
Look at me, damn it!
Y'all cowards don't even smoke crack. What's up with
You
that?
smoke crack, don't you?
Y'all cowards don't even smoke crack.
Look at me, boy!
Hey to
You
you,
smoke crack, don't you?
don't even smoke crack.
You know what that does to you? Huh? You smoke crack, don't you?
Smoke crack.
Go on and do it expeditiously.
What's up with that?
It kills your brain cells, son. It kills your brain cells.
Don't even smoke crack.
No guts, huh?
I apologize. I forgot you were there. You may go now.